You guys have all been waiting for this, and I said I would do it. A 53-man roster prediction for the New York Jets post mandatory minicamp as we head into the dead period before training camp. I've got all the answers, and we'll talk about it. Boy Green Daily starts now.
Oh my gosh, it's Morphin time! To me, talking New York Jets is my superpower. Boy Green Daily starts now. Wow! Boy Green Daily, Boy Green Daily, Boy Green Daily.
It's not just football, man.
Boy Green Daily, Boy Green Daily, Boy Green Daily. Offense, defense, special teamwork, Jets football with Boy Green. J-E-T-S, Let's go!
What's going on, everybody? I'm Paul Esden Jr., a.k.a. Boy Green. I'm the New York Jets digital reporter for Heavy.com. Welcome to Boy Green Daily, a daily New York Jets video show, also available wherever you get your podcasts. This is a labor of love to do a piece like this. There's an accompanying article in the YouTube description down below if you guys would like to click and read along. I'll keep you guys posted. I'll put it on the screen when we're talking about whatever position we happen to be discussing. You'll see the amount at each position and whatever position we're discussing, but it may be easier if you guys are watching at home to click the article and read along on heavy.com, where I wrote a full-length piece with other notes and quotes that we'll be discussing here on today's show, where I predict what the Jets' 53-man roster would look like if they cut it right now today. And we'll walk through it. Like I said, it's a labor of love, takes a lot of work, but I love doing this exercise after we get past 10-pole events. And maybe we'll do another one at training camp in a month and change. But here will be all the information that is currently provided. And as Stack87 says out in their comment section, don't be dumb. Hit the thumb, baby. Like the video. That is a free way to contribute. Good morning, Stack87, and all our other peeps in the audience, including JR327, Mahar Khalil, Mark Sacchetti, and our moderator, Jared B. Appreciate all you guys out there in the audience. God bless. Good morning. How you doing? All right, let's get into it here. Like I said, each position I will throw up on the screen, and I will explain my thought process behind why I pulled out the scissors at some positions and not others. And I'm sure all of you are going to clearly agree with everything I'm saying. So this should be great. So let's get into it. We'll start off with the quarterbacks. I believe at this moment in time, the Jets are keeping two, Geno Smith and rookie Cade Klubnik. Now, I will admit that this would be a risky way of doing business if you're the Jets only keeping two quarterbacks on the 53-man roster, a 35-year-old and a rookie. That'd be risky. If it was up to me, I would probably strongly consider adding a veteran between now, here on June 23rd and the start of the season, and then your quarterback room is Geno Smith, that random insert veteran, and Cade Klubnik. And I will be candid, as I was going through this process, I did initially put, when I threw up on the paper, I said, let me just throw up everything on the paper. We're going to keep this many, this many, this many, this many. And then you review the number, because you got to keep doing the math to make sure you actually have 53 men on the roster. And I was at like 60. So I had to cut 7. So I go back through the list. All right, who am I removing? And at one point in the iterations of this list, I had random insert veteran. That's literally what it said. But I'm doing this based off everything I know right now. So I can't do random insert veteran, basically, is what I came to. So I've removed him. And I'm going to be honest, I don't think Bailey Zappi and Brady Cook are going to be in huge demand. I think you can easily get both of those guys to the practice squad, and I don't believe that will be a problem. So I think the Jets will be able to execute that if they so wish. So let's say they don't add a veteran quarterback. That's Geno Smith, it's Cade Klubnik, and the other two quarterbacks are currently on the roster, on the 91-man roster, and that is Brady Cook, and that is, of course, Bailey Zappi. I believe you can get both of those to their practice squad, operate in that realm, and if anything ever happens, you could just go to your little cupboard over there and grab a quarterback off the rack if you do need one. So this is how I currently have it operating here, adding in. So we'll do that. I see JR327. Don't forget about Sourceby. We'll write some more about Sorsby. I got some other columns in my brain I want to write about Sorsby. We'll see if we get to that this week. Yo, Holmes says, I anticipate a veteran quarterback and a legit kicker being picked up in camp around cutdowns. Again, I could totally see a quarterback. We'll see a kicker. I don't think the Jets are settled there. We'll get to kicker a little bit later in this list, at the end, as a matter of fact. I think Jason Sanders is decent, but I'm not opposed to adding more Brutus Beefcake to that room. But yeah, I'm going to have two quarterbacks at this point making the 53-man roster. So again, two quarterbacks make it: Geno Smith, Cade Klubnik. Let's keep rolling on this 53-man roster prediction. Let's go to running backs. I have 4 running backs making it for the Jets: Breece Hall, Braylon Allen, Isaiah Davis, and Kene Nwanwu. Now, Kene Nwanwu by title is listed as a running back on the roster sheet, but I fully anticipate that his contributions to this roster will come on special teams and more specifically in the return game. He has less than like 50 career carries, so I just don't anticipate it. Now, maybe a creative offensive coordinator, Frank Reich, gets use out of him. I remember going to training camp last year with Lou B, super Jets fan extraordinaire, of course. And when we were there, I had my notebook out and I was taking notes. And I'm glad, because I wanted to remember a lot of the things that I was seeing. And I was like, wow, Tanner Engstrand's using Kene a lot. Now, it could have just been the rotation of the day, so you can't overreact, right? Like the previous training camp practice that I did not go to, they could have like given Breece Hall 1,000 carries, so they were using different bodies in training camp. That's possible. But I thought he was getting a lot of use. I said, oh, maybe that's something to watch, and it wasn't. So we'll see with training camp observations when we get to July. Is Frank Reich using Kene in a way that other teams previously have not? We'll see. It's going to be a 3-headed monster, quote unquote. That's the term that Aaron Glenn used. But Breece Hall got the bag. He's going to be the straw that stirs the drink. He's going to be the main squeeze. You have 250-pound Braylon Allen in the mix. You got Jack Rabbit in the mix. Breece Hall can't have 100% of the snaps, so it will be divvied up. In a perfect world, and this is what Rich Cimini said on the Jets Collective podcast like 2 weeks ago. You know, how do you get Braylon Allen on the field? How about have a lead in the fourth quarter with 8 minutes to go, and then you bring that 250-pound Kraken that's been lying beneath the surface, hidden behind a couple of doors, and you bring him in to be the closer and finish the job. Then Breece Hall gets some rest at the end of a game. Wouldn't that be nice? Wouldn't that be nice? Okay. Of the Jets being in that realm, potentially, where you're not beating Breece Hall over the head with a rock, that instead you're doing it with Braylon Allen. That would be sort of fun in that range. But this seems pretty locked in from that perspective as we're looking here at running back for the New York Jets. I will answer if you guys have random questions throughout this, whether it's about this or not. I will answer some of your questions in between as we're jumping between positions. I'll keep taking a peek in there. Troy Sturgis, member of the Boy Green Espresso Club, says, question: with the issues Geno's having right now, are we more likely to get Sorsby, Brendan Sorsby? I would say the current issues with Geno make it less likely we get Sorsby. Now, as you guys may have seen in a YouTube short yesterday, well, let me reset completely. Yesterday on today's show, that's very confusing. Come on, Paul, get your crap together, man. It's June 23rd. Wake up. Previously on Boy Green Daily, I had a topic at hand that we were talking about yesterday, and I saw there was a lot of comments about the Geno Smith situation. So I addressed it at the beginning of yesterday's show, that I did not feel comfortable recklessly speculating on non-football things of the show without all the facts. So, I would judge the situation when more facts were presented, and more facts were presented yesterday after the show. And you guys may have seen that in a YouTube short, that the case was closed against Geno Smith. The police investigated it, and they closed it, and they were still reviewing it in-house before they put out a report. Now, there may be some new additional material that's the police are reinvestigating a part of the investigation. I don't know. I get lost in the legalese, to be candid. Like Sorsby, he had collegiate eligibility. Just kidding. He doesn't. Well, he appealed it and he does. Wait, his appeal got denied. So it's very confusing. I'm a very simple man. I don't understand all these complicated levels here. But at the time of that YouTube short yesterday, it seemed like the case was closed. They reviewed the situation. They went to his house. They interviewed all the interested parties. They had no new information. No charges were filed against Gino, and the case was closed. Andy Slater suggested late last night, I'll have to go back and check whatever the latest is on that, whether that has been reopened in some way. But it was closed yesterday, and it seemed like it was just, time would pass by, and we'll see what happens. But again, I think that's why you got to wait for the facts to come out before you just, because then you, like, I heard people yesterday, they're just pontificating on things. I don't know that if you want that somewhere else, you can get that somewhere else. For me, I just did not feel comfortable doing it. So to answer your question though, Troy, I would say it's actually less likely because that would be more drama. Can you imagine if this Gino thing was more real and you have Sorsby? That would just be a lot of drama around the Jets. And the Jets have been actively trying to avoid that kind of stuff, which, by the way, God bless America. So no, I would say less likely, but we'll see. Zach Rosenblatt put out a piece this morning that he does not believe the Jets are going to go high enough to get Sorsby. So yeah. So we'll see. Taylor Sternglass, are we calling this issues? Again, call it whatever you want out there in the audience on this Geno Smith situation. To me, the case is closed unless something new has changed since last night that I didn't see this morning as I was putting the final touches on the 53-man roster prediction. But a woman was accusing Geno Smith of a bunch of stuff in a random video that was edited with him talking to police officers. And I don't know, man. I don't know what the hell's going on. I'm not a lawyer. I'm not an expert in those realms. But like I said, yesterday I did a YouTube short where the case was closed and they had reviewed all the materials and they decided not to press any charges. That seems to be pretty stock and barrel there, and that situation's over. But who knows if it actually is? Again, there could be more legal recourse that is set to come. If that does come, we will address it as it does go through that process. So we'll see it. Troy Stewart says, why can't we have a normal offseason? Well, hopefully this case is closed and it continues to be a normal offseason. It's been pretty normal so far, I would say. But we'll see what happens there. Going back to the running backs again, Breece Hall, Braylon Allen, Isaiah Davis, Kenang Nwanwu. I have them all making the team. And Nwanwu, more so special teams coming out with that. So that's what I think happens ultimately there at running back. Let's go to fullback. I struggle with this one, but I have Andrew Beck making it in this iteration. But here's my philosophical questions. If I was Philium, actually, let me get Philium's thing up here. Maybe it'll help me. Philium's emoji from him holding a skull, William Shakespeare style. So we'll throw this up on the screen as I'm pontificating this. Do the Jets keep a fullback? Well, I don't know. Frank Reich's coming in. He's a different offensive coordinator. I don't know what his style is. Does he keep a fullback? But instead of keeping a fullback, do they keep an extra tight end? And that tight end sort of serves in some sort of an H-back role. Jeremy Ruckert, I heard from Tony Richardson last year, was working with Tony Richardson, doing some fullback stuff. I think he said that in the interview with Caroline Hendershot at training camp, and they did some extra work together. So maybe they were setting up potentially for this, where Andrew Beck exit stage left. Jeremy Ruckert serves as tight end and H-back, and that's even more prevalent this year because now we have Kenyon Sadiq. So you have Sadiq, you have Mason Taylor. Those are your top two tight ends. Jeremy Ruckert, how is he getting on the field? He just signed an extension. How he could get on the field is being fullback, tight end, everything for the Jets. That could be his role. That would eliminate, unfortunately for Andrew Beck, that would put his roster spot in jeopardy. So I'm pontificating. I'm asking the questions. Andrew Beck, does he make the team? Right now he does. But I could totally see a world where the Jets keep maybe 4 tight ends, which again we'll get into in a second. You kind of see that potentially being in the mix there. Maybe. So with all due respect to Andrew Beck, and again, I'm saying that at the beginning, so now I can say whatever I want. I hope Beck does not make the team, and Ruckert, I think Ruckert's making the team, but remove the Beck chess piece and bring in a 4th tight end. That's probably what I would do, and then Ruckert is having dual roles at fullback, H-back / tight end. That's what I would prefer. But at this moment in time, I'm going to give it to Andrew Beck, but I don't want to give it to Andrew Beck. But I wanted to throw that out there. Again, there's so much unknown about this situation. So I'm going to go out of order here, and I'm going to actually, if you're reading the article, you're going to see me go out of order here, but I actually want to go to tight ends because I think these two things are aligned in how I was just describing. Let's bring up the tight ends. 3 tight ends. I have the Jets making the Jets roster. Kenyon Sadiq, Mason Taylor, Jeremy Ruckert. But as I just talked about, maybe the Jets in their roster construction say, hey, Andrew Beck, get lost, buddy. And now you have a bonus roster spot to play with. Is that fourth tight end, Jelani Woods? So Jelani Woods is your fourth tight end. Jeremy Ruckert's playing a little fullback, playing a little tight end wherever you need him. If there's an injury, he can come back to tight end. That's something I'd love to see. That's unique roster construction. And the upside of Jelani Woods, he has the previous connections to Frank Reich in Indianapolis. He likes him a lot. That's what I would like to see. So that was the toughie for me. In this iteration, Jelani Woods is not making the roster, but I would prefer, if it was up to me, and I guess technically it is, I wrote the article, but if it was up to me, ultimately making the decisions a couple months from now, Jelani Woods, your fourth tight end. Beck, you're gone. And then, like I said, Ruckert is jumping between positions. That's probably what I would do. Jeremy says, didn't Ruck get an extension? Yeah, he did just get an extension. I don't think he's going anywhere no matter what. I have him making the team at tight end. I just mean in a general sense, with two more like Mason Taylor was a top 50 pick. Kenyon Sadiq was a 16th overall pick. Those guys were playing above and in front of Jeremy Ruckert. However, to get Ruckert more on the field and also to help the Jets, I think he could play that fullback role, which he did some great blocking at Ohio State. And like I said, last year he was working with Tony Richardson, T-Rich, one of the best fullbacks of all time, of course. And why was he doing that? Was he doing that for giggles? Was he doing that because the Jets, Aaron Glenn coaching staff instructed him to? Was it setting up potentially for this offseason where maybe spends another couple of months with old, Tony Richardson? Maybe, possibly. I don't know. I'm just throwing that out there in the universe as a possibility. I agree, Yohums. T-Rich should absolutely be a Pro Football Hall of Famer. Think about all the guys that he paved the way for, from Larry Johnson, Adrian Peterson. I'd have to look at Tony Richardson's career. I can't, unfortunately, give him any credit. I'm pretty sure he was initially on the Dallas Cowboys for Emmitt Smith, but he didn't get on the field with Emmitt Smith. Or I could add that to his very impressive resume. I guess he doesn't need me making things up for him, probably. But yes, he was. Yes, 1994, he was an undrafted free agent of the Dallas Cowboys. He didn't end up making the team, unfortunately. But yeah, he could have added Emmitt Smith to his realm. But Priest Holmes would have been in here. Adrian Peterson is in here. Thomas Jones, LaDainian Tomlinson. Like, he's got an impressive track record of blocking for some pretty important people. So there you go. Yeah, shout out to Tony Richardson. T-Rich, baby. Let's go T-Rich. QAA checking in on Twitter. Jets making the playoffs. Notre Dame getting to a natty this season. Go Irish. There you go, QAA. Appreciate you. It's hard to see, and I will tell you guys, I've said it on the show that we're house shopping, which would mean my office would move into a new location. And I'm excited about that, to do some different things with the office. Because, QAA, you can't see the beautiful Rudy helmet that's back there or some of the other things. So I plan on totally redoing the office if we end up succeeding in the house market. So I'll keep you posted, QAA. You will see a much different studio that I would be making. So, yeah, baby. Good stuff there, QAA. Appreciate that. Make sure you guys like the video, hit subscribe here as we're going through my 53-man roster prediction post mandatory minicamp. We have 150 people in the room, so let's go. Home says Sadiq is not playing fullback. Yeah, Sadiq playing fullback would be crazy. Like an H-back sort of thing where it's less blocking and more just sort of creativity out of the backfield. I could see that. Ruckert may do it. He I could see that potentially. And we'll see. Beck could also maybe play some tight end. Maybe that's a versatility and he stays over Jelani Woods, but we'll see. Lou B jumps in and says, I don't think Beck makes it. Too many other great guys to keep. And he says Woods takes his spot. Again, that's what we were just talking about for potentially Jelani Woods making it instead. Holmes says, let's hope Kane stays healthy this year. Yeah, for sure. I mean, he's dynamic. There's no question about it. So health. Let's burn the incense in the house. Let's do everything we can. Yeah, let's do everything we can to keep him healthy. No question about it. I love Kane. Kane's great. So let's do that. So yeah, tight ends, 3 of them making it. Kenyon Sadiq, Mason Taylor, Jeremy Ruckert. All right, let's keep going. Now let's go back in order. Let's go to the wide receiver group. I have 6 wide receivers making it. Garrett Wilson, Adonai Mitchell, Omar Cooper Jr., Isaiah Williams, Arian Smith, and Tim Patrick. To me, this group is pretty locked in. However, if you're to squint, the two that could be perceived on the bubble are Arian Smith, our fourth-round draft choice from last year, and Tim Patrick, who was just added. He has minimal guarantees. But I think these are the six that are going to make it. If I had to put an amount of money I cared about it on, I think these are the six that make it. Patrick, I guess, could be shaken free if there was a up and coming undrafted free agent. I think Colin Lacey, he's the one who had the highest UDFA guarantee at like $250,000. So obviously the Jets coaching staff liked him a lot. So maybe he could kick Tim Patrick off the island potentially. But this feels like the six. This feels like the six. And I'm very intrigued by the six. Garrett Wilson, we all know how we've talked about him. Yo Holmes loves how much I talk about Adonai Mitchell's arrow being up. Omar Cooper Jr. obviously was a first-round pick. Isaiah Williams was a dynamic returner last season. Aaron Smith, we just didn't really get to see. He's a speedster, but our quarterback play sucked last year. He was a decent gunner, but we don't really know what he is at wide receiver, so hopefully he gets more opportunities to be able to prove that. And then Tim Patrick, sort of that savvy veteran, that red priestess from Game of Thrones that can spread the gospel of Aaron Glenn and also Muji. He was with both of them, some in Detroit, some in Denver. So I believe this is going to be the six-pack. I do believe the six-pack. Mike Saunders says, didn't Skinner get released? So technically, and this is where we get into all the mumbo jumbo, Mike, that's why I do this for you. He was injured waived, which means he was on waivers for 24 hours. Any team could have claimed Quentin Skinner's body, and he would have gone to that team on their 90-man roster. No one claimed him, so after 24 hours, he reverted back to the Jets practice squad. Or not practice squad, excuse me, reverted back to the team on their injured reserve. So unless Quentin Skinner and the Jets reach an injury settlement, Quentin Skinner will be out for the season. So Aaron Glenn indicated he's dealing with a quote-unquote couple of things. I don't know. They could just use the roster spot, and maybe it's not a season-ending injury, but that's just they did the roster transaction as such. So, yeah, Skinner got waived, and technically he's back on the Jets roster. He's sitting on their injured reserve right now. So if Skinner believes that he can play at some point this season, he can negotiate – he and his agent can negotiate an injury settlement with the Jets, which will get him out of the Jets' rights control, which will make him a free agent, and then he could go join another team. But at this current moment in time, he is on their IR, and he could just get paid and spend it all year on the IR if he is not set to play football this year, and just get his bag and then move on. But yes, Quentin Skinner did get waived. Yes, it did. Yes, he did, rather. Answer a couple of your comments here as we're talking wide receivers. Let's see. E-Zone Coverage jumps in on the Beck conversation. He says, the reason Beck makes it over Jelani Woods is because of power eye and strong formations. I could get Ruckert, can also play in the backfield, but he's more of an H-back to Beck's fullback. Play action will be huge. I would definitely want to see more play action this year, to be honest. I can't believe we didn't take more advantage of it, especially with Justin Fields being this running quarterback and us being this running team. Like, why wouldn't we have used that more? That makes no sense. So hopefully play action is a big piece of the puzzle. So you see a vote for the Beck over Woods camp. There you go. Ant Jets 82, great to see you in here, brother. Good morning. Good morning, buddy. Yes. Mark Cicchetti says, I think it's a better wide receiver group. I really like this wide receiver group. I don't know what Tim Patrick is going to bring to the table, but I really like the rest of this group. I really do. I don't know what Tim Patrick's going to be. Aaron Smith, we didn't see anything last year, so he's a total mystery. But that top four, Garrett Wilson is a star, and he has a chance to go above that if he could get the rock. Adonai Mitchell, the arrow's in the right direction. Let's see when the rubber meets road during the season what he sort of provides. Omar Cooper Jr. was a first-round pick. I don't think he's thrived so far in the offseason. Let me rephrase that because I don't want to – it's not criticizing him. It's just sort of observationally speaking. Omar Cooper Jr. is a great receiver, breaking tackles and yak and those sort of things, and that doesn't get highlighted in this two-hand touch phases that exist right now between the voluntary workouts, the OTAs, the mandatory minicamp. Like, what makes Omar Cooper Jr. awesome, you don't get to see in that respect. In training camp, you should see that pop. So I'm excited for Omar Cooper Jr. And then obviously Isaiah Williams, according to PFF, was a number one returner in the NFL last season. What a crazy story. Team MVP, didn't start the year on the team, got cut in the middle of the year and came back. Like it's a pretty cool Hollywood script. So a huge shout out to Isaiah Williams, certainly there at wide receiver. Yo Home says it's definitely a better wide receiver group. Still not good, but it's better. Yeah, well, we'll see. We'll see what it ends up being. David Aaron says this year's 53 man roster will be fascinating if you keep 4 tight ends and five safeties. Where do you go short? O-line, linebacker. As you guys will see through this list, I'll tell you guys the struggles I had as I was putting this roster together, where I would do something at one position, go, damn, that means I have to take away from this, because that's how it all works. It's not always 1-for-1, right? Like, if I keep an extra linebacker, that means I got to take away from another position. And which position you take away from? Which one can you afford to take away from? Some fascinating conversations, David. Very fascinating conversations. That's why I think they keep a 4th tight end, but I just don't know who that 4th tight end is. And that's why potentially Beck swings off, unless Beck serves as both fullback and tight end. Maybe that's the 4th we could see. Taylor Sterling says Quentin Skinner could really use a year to build up his body, gain 10 to 15 pounds of attack next year with 110%. Maybe that's what he does, right? So technically he's out. He's going to be out for the season unless he reaches an injury settlement with the team. But maybe he can utilize this year off as an opportunity to build up his body, get paid, be at an NFL facilities. There's worse places to be, and take advantage of your situation. So, yeah, take advantage. Yeah. Mhm. That's what I would say. Let's see. Danger Zone. Tim Patrick, Josh Reynolds, and who's got Tyler Johnson? Who's the best? Josh Reynolds has shown the highest ceiling of any of those 3, but it was a couple of years ago. But he was absolutely invisible this year. I'm going to ride with our guy that we have right now and hope it's Tim Patrick. Yeah, Tyler Johnson was disappointing. We didn't get a lot out of him. We did not get a lot out of him. All right, so there you go. 6 wide receivers: Garrett Wilson, Adonai Mitchell, Omar Cooper Jr., Isaiah Williams, Arian Smith, Tim Patrick. Let's go. All right, let's finish off the offense with our offensive line. Throw it up here. A 10-pack of offensive linemen. All right, let's go. Olu Muiwa, Fashanu, Dylan Parham, Josh Myers, Joe Tittman, Armand Membu, Inez Cooper, Max Mitchell, Xavier Newman, Chukwuma Okorafor, and Landon Young. I have the Jets keeping 10 hog mollies, 10 offensive linemen. So here's where it got tough a little bit, is which 10th do you keep? Is it Landon Young? Is it Marquise Hayes, another guy on the roster? To me, I want people that have some left tackle flexibility. And if I do remember correctly here on Landon Young, he does have some experience at left tackle. Which, let me pull it up here on my previous article. I would have had the snap breakdown here on Landon. Let me make sure, which, by the way, Landon is a lot of man. He's 6'7", 321 pounds. He tried out for the Jets and ended up making the team. Let me see. I've got it here. Young is 28. He will turn 29 before the start of the 2026 season. Spent 5 years of his career with the Saints. He appeared in 56 games, made 12 starts. Yes. Okay, my memory served me correctly. So at the NFL level, he has gotten snaps at 4 out of the 5 offensive line positions, including 161 snaps at left tackle, 112 snaps at left guard, 267 snaps at right guard, and 257 snaps at right tackle. I like the left tackle history because I don't, and this is where you get complicated. In a perfect world, your swing tackle is a swing tackle. If your left tackle gets hurt or your right tackle gets hurt, this 6th offensive lineman can fill in at left tackle or right tackle. In a perfect world, that's what happens. Unfortunately, the Jets' 6-man is an exclusive right tackle. I like Chukwuma Okorafor, got a ton of experience, but he has been primarily a right tackle at the NFL level. His brief flirtation at left tackle was a disaster with the New England Patriots. So when you have this kind of roster construction, you need a right tackle and you need a left tackle, because worst case scenario here, knock on wood, I'm not asking for this to happen, but if Fashanu got hurt, what would you do? Would you be flipping people around? Who are you 1-for-1 replacing in the lineup with? Is it Max Mitchell? Is it Armand Membu? You flip from the right side to the left side? Is it who is it? It's not Chukwuma Okorafor. He didn't like playing left tackle. That's my fear. So that's why I would keep Landon Young over Marquise Hayes. Landon Young has that left tackle experience that would make me feel a little bit better. at this situation. Like Inez Cooper was primarily a right guard at Miami, so okay, that gives us some experience just in case something happens to Tippmann. Inez Cooper, it could be a competent right guard as a 6th-round draft choice. Mitchell's played some left tackle, but he sort of bounced around. He's been a guard and tackle before. Not sure I love, with all due respect to Max Mitchell, not sure I love that. He's also played in jumbo tight end sets. So Landon Young sort of fills the cracks of the heart there for me at that position. So 10 hog mollies, but my lean is Landon Young because of the left tackle experience here. Young's got that left tackle experience. That's what I like here in this group. Yes. Of course, David. Yeah, of course for the response. Yeah, I love engaging with you guys in the comment section, of course. Yes, for folks who know, apparently some new things have happened on Geno. I don't know. Again, I'm not a lawyer. I will when information is sort of settled and new information is presented, I will try to assess it when the facts are out there. There may be new stuff on Geno. I don't know. I'm going to have to review it. Good Lord. Nothing is ever simple. Let me keep looking here. Let's see. Eastone coverage says Membu goes from right to left. I don't love that. Armand Membu was exclusively a right tackle at the college level. And then, I don't like that in theory, but it would help because if Armand went from right to left, then Chukwuma Okorafor, who's exclusively a right tackle, could kick into right tackle. And then it's a flop of two, obviously. You go Armand from right to left if Olu got hurt, and then Chukwuma at right. And you feel pretty good about that group as long as Armand is comfortable playing left, which we quite frankly just haven't seen. So I'm not sure how that operates, but if Olu gets hurt and you don't move Armand, I'd prefer not to move people. We've had the George Fant stuff, we've had the AVT stuff. I'd rather not move people all around. I'd rather one guy gets hurt, you plug in a new guy, and hopefully that's good enough. In that case, you'd be battling between Max Mitchell and Landon Young to be that left tackle. Either way, not a great scenario. Let's just hope everyone stays healthy. Hey, they all stayed healthy last year. Let's hope lightning can strike twice in the same place. Eastone coverage, not a Landon Young guy, says, hey, I'm going with 9 minus Landon. And I don't blame you. That's fine. That's fine. Let me see here. Mitchell does have tackle experience. I just don't like the experience at him at tackle that I've seen. That's bad experiences for me, but probably, yes. ESO coverage says Parham and Tippmann can play center. That's true, right? There's center experience, but I just mean boundary tackle side is what I'm talking about. We do have some versatile interior guys that could. Josh Myers has played guard and center. Tippmann has played guard and center. Xavier Newman has played guard and center. Mitchell has played not center, but he's played guard and tackle. So you do have a little bit of versatility there. Yeah, you do. But yeah, this would be my group. This would probably be my group. Easy on coverage says Membu will be the next version of Tristan Wirfs. Well, that is high praise, my friend. I hope you're right. That'd be spectacular. Yeah, that'd be great. Yoham says Okorafor is still on this team. I'm assuming he means not time. Still on this team. Huge disappointment. Why? Yeah, I disagree. He didn't have to play last year because our offensive lineman stayed healthy. He had the bad year with the Patriots. Before that, he was a fine for 3 years starting right tackle for the Steelers. I have absolutely zero problems with Chukwuma Okorafor being on this roster. I've got no problems with that whatsoever, as a matter of fact. So, yeah, I got no issues with that. None whatsoever. He's a fine right tackle to have. Again, my only qualm with Okorafor is I wish he could play left tackle, which he can't, as we saw in New England, unfortunately. Because if he could, then that's your swing tackle, and I feel phenomenal. But yeah, I have them keeping 10 for the audio-only listeners paying attention at home. Olu Fashanu, Dylan Parham, Josh Myers, Joe Tippmann, Armand Membu, Inez Cooper, Max Mitchell, Xavier Newman, Chukwuma Okorafor, and Landon Young. Let's go to the defense. Let's go defense. Defense. Now, okay, let's go defensive lineman. I have the Jets keeping 9. Now, I'll say right off the top, this is a little confusing because the Jets are going to be running 3-4. The Jets are going to be running 4-3. So some of these guys we're about to talk about, some are 3-4 stand-up outside rushers. Some are defensive tackles and nose tackles. Some are 3-4 base defensive ends. Bigger guys are going to be holding up things for others. So there's a lot of confusion here. The Jets on their roster list some guys as linebackers, some guys as defensive ends, some guys that listed defensive ends are linebackers. So it's very confusing. So anywho, I'm just going to put it this way to try to simplify this in a 53-man roster prediction discussion. All of these players are pass rushers or interior defensive tackles. None of this group includes off-ball linebackers. That'll be a separate part of the conversation we talk about in a moment. Just to clarify. With that being said, I have the Jets keeping 9. Will McDonald, David Bailey, David Onyemata, Harrison Phillips, Jawan Briggs, Daryl Jackson Jr., Joseph Asai, Kingsley Enagbare, and Tavondre Sweat. I really am very excited about this group. I think we are absolutely loaded at defensive tackle. David Onyemata, Harrison Phillips, Jawan Briggs, Daryl Jackson Jr., Tavondre Sweat. You've got youth. You've got veterans, you've got pass rushers, you've got run stoppers. I mean, you got a really nice group here, really nice group. So it's insulated from injury, which is terrific. Now, the one criticism you could have about only keeping 9 is you could maybe use one more edge rusher because your edge rushers are Will McDonald, David Bailey, Joseph Osai, and Kingsley Enagbare. You could use a 5th and kind of balance it out, have 5 interior players and then 5 edge players, and then have a sort of balance there. Maybe that's a position the Jets could investigate to get that 5th pass rusher, whoever that is. Pass rusher / the ability to stop the run. Someone who's balanced in both of those runs. I don't know who that player is in free agency. I love Jadeveon Clowney, but I don't think he comes here in that role for the Jets unless he was a starter. But a Jadeveon Clowney type would be terrific to really round out the edge room. But I'm not going to nitpick here. So yeah, I think I have 9 defensive. Not I think I do have 9 defensive linemen making it. That is 5 interior players. That's 4 edge players, however you want to categorize that. And Will McDonald, David Bailey, Joseph Osai, and Kingsley Enagbare are going to get a ton of reps. They're going to be rotating around, but they could probably use a 5th player. But as I come through the roster, I'm not sure who that 5th player is. Not sure who that 5th player is. All right, back to the comments section here. See if there's anything. Ace Boogie gives us his AFC East predictions. The Patriots win the division at 9-8. The Bills are 8-9. The Dolphins are 4-13. The Jets are 2-15. Ace Boogie, come on, man. What the flying, dude? 2-15. Oh boy, Aaron Glenn at 2-15. I mean, that's not good. But Ace of Boogie, I appreciate your creativity here on the show. I really do appreciate it. However, 2-15. This is a Jet show, brother. I'm sorry, but we're gonna have to put you in the grinder, pal. I'm so sorry. Hit the grinder. Throw this guy out. What the hell, Ace Boogie? I'm sorry, pal. There's no other choice. You have to be thrown in the grinder. Peace.
You mess with Kurt and you go into the grinder.
Okay, now this grinder of yours, is it a real grinder or is it some kind of a metaphor?
That's it. You're gone. Adios. TKO'd. Historical.
Wait. I won't be funny no more, see?
Security.
You ain't got to bring the man down here. Wait a second. Kurt, come on, please. I need this job.
Take
Kurt.
out the trash.
Trash? Oh, now look at here.
Get these moves out of my face.
Get out of here, man. That's a 5-minute ban, sir. 2-15. Get the hell out of here. What are you doing in here? This 2-15 commenter. How dare you? How dare you? How could you do that? This is a Jet show, man. How do you come stomping in here? Ace Boogie 302 J5S. That's a 5-minute ban, young man, and clean up your act. Grinder time. I should have done it for longer than 5 minutes, but I'm a nice man. Get the hell out of here. We have 200 people in the room. Make sure you guys like the video, hit subscribe here on the channel. Appreciate that. 2-15. Good Lord. A lot of people's heads are rolling. If we're 2-15, that it could be even worse than last year. Dear Lord. I hope not. Boy, this is going to be a long season if we're 2-15, baby. Long season if we're here at 2-15. But thank you for that. But yeah, I got 9. Call out 9 making this roster. Again, could make a case for 10. You could. And then a 5th pass rusher. But we'll call it 9. All right, let's go to linebackers. And I will tell you that this is my biggest regret of the list. I kept going back to it painstakingly going, maybe, possibly. I kept going back and forth on this one. But I have 3 linebackers making it. These are off-ball linebackers. Demario Davis, Jamie Sherwood, Francisco Mauingoa. I'd love a 4th linebacker here. Could it have just, it would have been easy, I guess, to go Marcelino McCrary Ball. He was a special teams captain last year. He's a reserve guy. I want to do better than, with all due respect, I want to do better than Marcelino McCurry Ball flopping on the deck like a fish. This could be a place where the Jets go get a veteran at some point between now and the season, that they add another veteran. Like a Michael Walker type, who's technically on the roster right now, but better than Michael Walker. Him, but better. Maybe I could have put him in here. This is my biggest regret, not having 4 linebackers. You will see in a second where I gave the surplus to, because if there's only 3 linebackers, at what other position did I feed? And you will see, and I'm sure that will be incredibly controversial. But this is the one that I had the most regret with, that I kept going back and forth about. I'm like, I want a 4th linebacker, but who's the 4th linebacker? And I just kept sifting through the roster, because it'd be very dangerous to do this. Demario Davis is 37. Jamin Sherwood's coming off a bad year. And then Francisco Mauigoa was just sort of whatever last year. He had moments, but it was fine. My gut wanted to keep 4. I just didn't know who that 4th was. Troy Sturgis says Bobby Wagner. Now, here's the thing. We talked about it where yesterday's 11 a.m. show, we talked about like where the best remaining free agents could go. And I mentioned Bobby Wagner Jets, but my concerns with that are, is Bobby Wagner and Demario Davis, can those two alpha leaders sort of balance each other? Can that happen? Can they coexist? What does that mean for Jamin Sherwood? Would Bobby Wagner go to a place where he's not just a full-time starter anymore and that he's a guy? Like, I like Bobby Wagner, but maybe less Bobby Wagner with less pride, that would be willing to take the role. Like, Bobby's still out there, but I just don't know if he'd be willing to do it. If he would, I'm interested. If he's not, well, I understand. But yeah, that's a good thought, Troy. It's a good thought. But yeah, I'd want another linebacker in here. Eastern Coverage says, surprise landing spot for Bobby this year, either Cincy or Buffalo. Cincy, obviously, would make a ton of sense. Their defense is terrible, and he could sort of rally the group. That's what he did for Washington last year. So yeah, I'm seeing a lot of other people also disagreeing with the 3 linebackers. Mark Cicchetti says 4 linebackers. Yeah, that's what my gut says. He says linebackers are thin. I think they'll carry 4. That's what my gut says, but I just didn't know who the 4th was as I kept coming through the roster. Like, here it is. I have the Jets roster in front of me. 1 second, we could read through some of these linebacker options they have, and you guys tell me if one of these, I'm disrespecting one of these guys that's better than I'm saying, because as I come through these linebackers over and over and over again, I just didn't see the one that would be the 4th linebacker, unless you like Marcelino McCurry Ball. Here are the guys in the conversation. Jaden Keller, he's a rookie out of Virginia Tech. I don't know much about him outside of the story I wrote, so can he seize the day? Maybe. Yeah, Marcelino McCurry Ball is a special teams captain last year, and he's a rotational linebacker, but he's been sort of mid. Michael Walker is a veteran who's been around the league. I'd want my 4th guy to be slightly better than Michael. Maybe I'm being a little nitpicky. Maybe it could be him. You have Chase Wilson, another rookie. He's from West Virginia, who's in the mix. So the young guys we don't know nothing about, but maybe they can make some noise in camp. Michael Walker, it's Michael Walker, Marcelino McCurry Ball probably for that 4th spot. And I gave it away to somebody else, which you guys will see in a second and probably hate me for it. But yeah, that's the conversation for that 4th linebacker, I do believe. Yeah, I could see that for sure. We do need depth, I agree. We'll see what happens there. All right, let's go to our next position. So again, 3 off-ball linebackers being kept: Demario Davis, Jamin Sherwood, Francisco Mauigoa, aka Kiko Mauigoa. Again, that was my biggest regret. I kept going back on, damn, are they only going to keep 3? They're probably going to keep 4, but who's at 4th? And then I just kept going back and forth on it. I have the Jets being loaded at corner. 7 corners making this team. And this is where people are going to get angry. Brandon Stevens, D'Angelo Pons, Jarvis Brownlee Jr., Nashawn Wright, Azaria Thomas, Quantez Stiggers, Trey Brown. He's clearly the surprise of this group. Nick Ferry, beat reporter for the Jets on SI Team, could not stop raving about Trey Brown. He made apparently a one-handed pick during the spring practices, and he's looked spectacular. Now, 7 corners, it feels like overkill. But if Trey Brown is looking as good as you think, you keep the better players, and then you just sort of figure it out. So Trey Brown apparently is blowing up. He's the surprise name that is blowing up Jets spring practice from what Nick Ferry has said on the Jake Asman show. So I just felt so compelled to include him in the group. I don't know who to. Here's my thing, if I'm being honest. Quantez Stiggers, he just plucks my heartstrings, man. We had Jory Epstein on the show. Or Epstein rather, on the show last year to talk about the Quantez Stiggers story. I love the player. I love the moxie. I love his special teams. He's a wonderful gunner. When he's been there and in there at corner, it's been very spotty, but I just don't want to quit him. I love Quintez. I don't want to kick him off the island. He'd be possible. Trey Brown is the most obvious one to kick off the island here, and then you can have another linebacker or you can have another this position. But yeah, apparently Trey Brown's been killing it, so I want to give some respect to Trey Brown. Put him here on the list. 7 quarters feels like a lot because it is. Aaron Glenn is a former quarter, so maybe he would have some more depth here. It feels like Stevens, Pons, Brownlee, Wright, and Thomas are all locks. So that's 5. And then do you keep do Stiggers or Brown make it? Do you just keep 5? The Jets have had 53-man rosters in the past where they only keep 5 corners. So that could be possible. Stiggers and Brown gets kicked off the island. But I think they keep 6. My 7th is aggressive. I won't lie. Having 7 is definitely aggressive. Let's see what the comment section says. I'm pretty sure they're going to hate this. That's what my gut says, but we'll see what you guys say out there in the audience. Wow, Trey Brown. See, yeah, the immediate wows. Yeah, I've been hearing wonderful things from Nick Ferry was the loudest, but I've heard a few beat reporters bring up Trey Brown in their practice reports. I even saw it on the Jets website as well. They do these like practice reports on their website where they sort of just give the brass tacks about it, black and white, and wow, I was very on Trey Brown. That was very impressive. So, yes, I had him as the 7th corner making that group. Let me see. David Aaron says, who would you cut from the surplus of riches at corner? Trade one for a linebacker of similar ilk. That would be an interesting one, David. You could do if Trey Brown really was lighting it up in camp, but you're like, damn, I don't see how he makes his team. Maybe you call up a team that's got an extra linebacker and you see if you could do a 1-for-1 swap. Trey Brown has a better shot at making whoever's team that is at corner, and then you have a better linebacker. That could be. You get those player-for-player swaps sometimes when you get close to roster cut time, and it helps out both of you. Instead of going through waivers, hey, I scratch your back, you scratch mine. That happens. That's a great observation, astute observation, David Aaron. That could totally happen there. Eastone Coverage says, I just think he's going to be a camp story. In no world do they keep 7 corners. There you go. I appreciate the bluntness, Eastone Coverage. Thank you for that on YouTube. I appreciate that. Brian Farrell, do we still have Brady Cook? If so, why? You need camp arms. If you think about how many training camp practices there are, you need somebody to, like, Geno Smith can't throw 1,000 passes. So you need other quarterbacks to sort of divvy up the reps. There's just reps that have to happen. But also Brady Cook is going to have a shot at the practice squad, I think. So that may not excite people, but we'll see. Do the Jets keep 3 quarterbacks and then put one of them on the practice squad? They have 4 right now. That is Geno Smith, that is Cade Klubnik, that is Bailey Zappi, and that is Brady Cook. I imagine if they keep 2 quarterbacks as I projected, so Geno and Cade, I think they put both of the 2 on the practice squad. You have a 16-man practice squad. Why wouldn't you put both of them down there just in case? That could be interesting. Yo, Holmes says Stickers could be the odd man out, which would stink. Yeah, that hurts my heart because I think it is very possible he could be the odd man out. Shoot, Trey Brown, both of those 2 on the back end of that, to hide your comment real quick, there is a world where they keep 5. It's Stevens, Pons, Brownlee, Wright, Thomas, and then Stiggers, Trey Brown, boop, both of you are gone. That's 1,000% within the realm of possibility. I hope not. I like Stiggers a lot. Like I said, Trey Brown is a story right now, but there is a world where he gone, and that would be very sad because I like Stiggers. I like his personality. There's a lot to like about him. Eastern Coverage says, nah, Stiggers and Arian will stay. They'll be the primary gunners. I hope so. That'd be great. That'd be awesome. Mark Cicchetti says, wasn't Bobby Okereke linked to the Jets earlier in the year as a potential linebacker signing? He was. He got cut by the Giants. He's sort of just been hanging out in free agency. That could be a name. That's a good name, Mark Cicchetti. I always thought it was Bobby Okereke, but I have been told it's Bobby Okereke as a name pronunciation guy. Just a random note as well. I love that from Mike Saunders. Maybe I missed something, but who the hell is Trey Brown? That is a funny... That's a funny comment. So Trey Brown, he's 28 years old. His actual name is Reginald, but he goes by the nickname Trey for no reason I can understand. But his real name is Reginald Brown, but he goes by the nickname Trey. He's 28 years old. He'll turn 29 during the 2026 season. He's 5'10", 186 pounds. Former 4th-round pick of the Seattle Seahawks a couple years ago. Was there for his whole rookie contract. Had a cup of coffee with the 49ers, had a cup of coffee with the Rams. He was trying to complete the Infinity Stones of all the NFC West teams. And then he ended up joining the Jets. He officially joined us actually back end last year. It was about 2 weeks before Thanksgiving. It was November of 2025. He joined us on the practice squad, got an opportunity on the active roster at the end of the year because everyone got an opportunity at the end of the year. And then he signed a reserve future contract, so he's been on the team since. So, yeah, Trey Brown, former Seahawk, 49er Ram. He has not done the Cardinals Infinity Stone yet, but yes, Trey Brown is a corner. Apparently, he's been making some noise in camp. But like I've said, with how the group is, I don't know how he makes the team. In my made-up scenario, he's made the team. But again, maybe that's one where you can sort of flip Trey Brown for a linebacker or something and get a better shot. For sure. Yeah. Kill Ya Ego says Nashawn Wright will get a pick or two. That'd be great. Yeah. That would be awesome. Anchets82 says best draft announcement ever. Was the Quantez Stigers pick? That was pretty cool. I won't lie. Again, so I have 7 corners staying on the roster, but again, that could be a huge debate point among the fans that are watching or listening to this show. I had Brandon Stevens, D'Angelo Pond, Jarvis Brownlee Jr., Nashawn Wright, Zaria Thomas, Quantez Stigers, and Trey Brown making some noise. Let's go to safety. I feel pretty good about this. 5 safeties making the team. Minka Fitzpatrick, VJ Payne, Malachi Moore, Andre Sisco, Dane Belton. I think 4 of the 5 of these guys are locks. Minka's a lock. Malachi's a lock. The lock is probably too aggressive. Let me not say it that way. I think Minka, VJ, no. God, come on, Paul. Get your crap together. I think Minka, Malachi, and Dane Belton are locks. Those 3. Then it's Cisco versus VJ Payne. Do both of them make it? I have it in this scenario where both make it, and then you have 5 safeties. Aaron Glenn may use some of these creative 3 safety looks. Minka has played big nickel at times, so maybe you need that other safety. VJ Payne was our 7th round draft choice in April's draft. A lot of draft experts say he should have went higher, like in the 4th round range, but he went 7th round. So if you have 5 safeties, you could do those 3 safety looks. Minka can drop down into the box, so you could have some creativity. And the thing I love is this. I know a lot of people are probably down on Andre Sisco, and I understand it. He started the first 8 games of the year last year and appeared in 98% of the defensive snaps. He was our full-time starter. Then he tore his pec. He was out for the year. He did not live up to the hype. I hyped him up like nobody's business. I thought he was the perfect fit for the Jets. He was a center fielder, ball hawk in college. He did a little bit of that in Jacksonville. I said, yeah, this is what the doctor ordered, and he wasn't there. I'm surprised the Jets wanted him back. I'm surprised as he wanted back, but it's cool that it happened. He goes from he was our top safety last year to now he's like safety 3 or 4, maybe even safety 5 in this group. So I think he's in a much more appropriate position. He can prove himself and see what happens. But I have the Jets keeping 5 safeties. I said 5 safeties. Minka, VJ, Malachi, Andre, Dane Belton. Yeah, Dane Belton has stronger guarantees in his contract, if I remember correctly. So he's more lock. But Cisco, again, his guarantees are very low, and obviously VJ Payne was the 7th round pick. So I think those 2 are battling it out potentially for the 4th and final safety spot. But in my iteration, I think 5 safeties end up making this team. I say 5. As T-Town Jet says, hit the like button, baby. Yes, sir. Hit that like button. Let's go. Eastzone Coverage says safety room looks spot on. Okay, thank you, Eastzone Coverage. Thank you very much. Okay, you're on the train. Let's go. Yes. David Aaron says, I'm down with this take. I foresee a huge big nickel usage, which is a lack of linebacker depth, which could happen potentially, right? You go, instead of having your 4-3, where you got 4 defensive linemen, 3 off-ball linebackers, go 3-4, where you've got some of your 2 stand-up edge rushers, and inside you have 2 interior players like Demario Davis, Jamie, and Sherwood. And then you could go big nickel at times, drop Minka down in there. That could be possible when you're mixing up some stuff. That's possible to do. So, yes, I think that's totally in there. Yes. Yes. Mark Sacchetti says VJ picked to go against the gargantuan tight ends that are in the league now. Yeah, maybe that's why. Maybe that was the thought process behind the pick, Mark. Very possible. Yes. Taylor Stirring says VJ Payne needs to win that spot over Cisco, and the contract and everything lines up that he can. And maybe there is no spot to win. Maybe they keep 5 in my iteration. But yes, VJ will have a shot to beat out Cisco. Cisco's guarantees are not large. but he does have starting experience, so it would make a lot of sense. So again, 5 safeties, folks, for audio-only listeners. 5 safeties making the roster: Minka, VJ, Malachi, Andre, Dane, Belton. Let's go to the special teamers, and we have the final 3-pack. It is SO, place kicker, punter, long snapper. Place kicker making the roster, I have Jason Sanders. Cade York stinks. I don't like Cade York at all. Jason Sanders has had a lot of success in Miami. Last year, he didn't play because of a hip issue. When he's healthy, he's great. He's been healthy, he's good. Punter, Austin McNamara, no question, no debates. He's the punter. Long snapper, Thomas Hennessy. I know there's some threats from Garrison Grimes, who apparently is like the most athletic long snapper of all time. I'm not going to take the bait. I'm taking my boy, Thomas Hennessy, our longest tenured Jet on the team. I have him making the roster. Maybe Garrison Grimes makes things interesting at some point. We'll see what happens. But that is the special teams element. Sanders, McNamara, Hennessy, and that rounds out the 53-man roster. Again, if you're just joining us in the YouTube description down below, I have a full column I posted this morning for Heavy.com where I discussed my 53-man roster prediction, put a little notes, things I questioned about my own list, debate points, who of these guys were on the bubble, things of that nature. I broke down on the list, so hopefully it is of some interest to you guys. Again, this is a fun exercise to do, a labor of love. It takes a lot of work to put these kind of lists together and really vet through in your mind everything that goes involved with putting a roster together. But there you have it. That is our 53-man roster prediction post mandatory minicamp. By the way, all the training camp dates are out for the Jets. Let me read those to you guys, and then we'll open up the phone lines. All the dates are out. Let me pull this up. I got this on a side piece. The NFL announced these all yesterday. Let me see. I got the dates. Here they are. So the Jets rookies report on July 25th. Okay, which is, let me get the dates here. That is Saturday, I believe. Yes. So the Jets rookies report on Saturday, July 25th. The veterans report on Tuesday, July 28th, and the first practice is Wednesday, July 29th. So again, folks, the NFL just announced all the training camp dates for all the teams in the National Football League. The rookies will report on July 25th, which is a Saturday. The veterans will report on Tuesday, the 28th, and the first practice of training camp, folks, is Wednesday, July 29th. Here we go. The countdown is on, people in the audience. The countdown is friggin' on to training camp. Let's freaking go. Craig Mechanic says, great show, and great to see the comment section is rolling. Absolutely. I love it. Love it all. This is terrific. Kill Your Ego says, we're getting so close to the start of the season. I'm so excited. As am I, my friend. I can't wait. I can't wait to see this team out there. I can't wait to see it. It's going to be spectacular here on the friggin' program. Oh, yeah. Let's do some plugs here first, people out there in the audience. We're all excited, as we should be, with everything that's going on around the gosh darn New York Jets. I'm freaking pumped up. I hope you guys are too. Let's go. A couple of things here. The next event that I'm going to be on, the next big event on my docket, is the Gang Green Beach Club, baby, which is coming up on Saturday, July 11th. It's going to be spectacular. And Wayne Corbett is coming. Yes, we're going to be joined by the Jets legend Wayne Corbett at the Gang Green Beach Club. He will be taking pictures with fans, chatting up with fans. You could go talk to him. It's going to be an absolutely awesome experience. I can't wait to be hanging out with Wayne and Jake Asman and Luby, Super Jets fan, and Rich Samini and Brandon Tierney and the beat reporters and the Jet fans that are going to be there. That's going to be pretty friggin' sweet. So Saturday, July 11th, HQ2 Beach Club, Atlantic City, the Ocean Casino Resort. For more information, go to ganggreenbeachclub.com. If you want to purchase your tickets, that's ganggreenbeachclub.com. They're $25 a pop on that Saturday, July 11th event. The doors open at noon. They close at 6. It's an adult party, so 21 and over, so you can have drinks and whatnot. No kids, no jeans, no open-toed shoes. Crocs are allowed. There's going to be a pool. There's going to be tables. It's going to be a terrific time. I can't wait to chop it up with everything that'll be going on. It's going to be quite a wonderful time. I'm very honored that I was invited to go. My family will be at the resort, and then we'll be hanging out doing family stuff around this event. But it should be a great time. So, again, the HQ2 Beach Club. Guys, we've already sold well over 100 tickets, which is spectacular. I'm glad we're going to have such a warm response from all these Jet fans in attendance, and it's going to be great. It's going to be absolutely great. So, ganggreenbeachclub.com. The other event, folks, Jet fans, come join me and my friend James Woody as we host an absolutely spectacular Jets ticket and tailgate experience for the Week 5 New York Jets versus the Cleveland Browns game. That is Sunday, October 11th. And Saturday, October 10th will be our restaurant takeover. I'll explain that more in a moment. It's $300. You guys get a game ticket in the 100s. You guys get a tailgate ticket to the food. I'll highlight that in a second. And oh yeah, baby. And you're going to get a custom rally towel, which I ordered. They should be arriving here in the next month or so as they finish putting all those together. So we're going to have non-alcoholic drinks, water, Gatorade. You can bring your own beer if you want. BYOB, we can't distribute alcohol. That's against the law. But you can bring your own alcohol if you want and put them in our coolers to keep them cold. That's totally copacetic and on the table. We got a great team of people around myself that make all this possible. From Hop on Pop and the Wounded Warrior raffle, which we will get going next month to raise money for charity. Lou B, Super Jets fan, of course, the B Sprinter and live DJ, Chef Kevin Gilbert, of course, and then the Jets Worldwide team of Johnny Boy and Snowball, my partner in crime, James Woody, of course, and then my beautiful fiance does a ton of stuff behind the scenes for these events to pull it off. So if you guys are interested in attending this, we have 60 plus people at the game and 70 plus people for the tailgate. If you are interested in coming, folks, make sure you reach out to me on any form of social media that's floating above my head if you're watching at BoyGreen25, or reach out to me on email, Paul A. Esden Jr. at gmail.com. Paul A. Esden Jr. at gmail.com. Paul, Paul, the letter Esden Jr. at gmail.com. You can guys show interest, or if you have questions or anything of that nature, I can answer it. And if on any social media you DM me, I'll be there. So Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, you name it, I got it. Make sure you guys do that. This is the tailgate food. It's spectacular. Hot dogs, sliders, Pops, bacon, popcorn, toasted pretzels with beer mustard, house-made potato chips, easy, delicious. Folks, we only have about 26-ish tailgate tickets left. If you want, they're $50 a piece. That's how you can get food and drink to the event, which will be great before the game. It'll start at 10 a.m. It'll close at noon, and then we'll head off to the game. So we have about 26 tailgate tickets left. If you just want the tailgate portion, like for instance, if you're out there in the audience, you're a season ticket holder, obviously you don't need to buy a ticket through me. You're good. You got a seat to the game. But if you want to come to our tailgate and try all the wonderful food, reach out ASAP, because once those tailgate tickets sell out, they sell out. There's nothing I will be able to do. So again, check it out. The wonderful tailgate food from Chef Kevin Gilbert. Also, if you're in the area, in the YouTube description down below, we have a sign-up sheet for our restaurant takeover, which will take place at the Cloverleaf Tavern in Caldwell, New Jersey on Saturday, October 10th. That is the night before the Jets-Browns game. If you guys would like to come to that, we're going to be doing free giveaways, and there's a custom menu for that, of course. Hop on Pop's Restaurant Takeover, baby. BG Jersey Burger, Easy's Tailgate Sausage and Peppers, Philly Noodles, famous Fulton Key Lime Pie. Yes, that's right. Easy, Philly Noodles, and famous Fulton's Key Lime Pie. You guys each made the menu for this custom event. It's coming up in October. I hope all you guys get a chance to go to this thing. Again, the sign-up sheet is down below. We can fit 56 people in the private upstairs room at the Cloverleaf Tavern, which we've already booked. So that's that is booked. And we have about 40 people going right now. So that's spectacular. So I love all the people that have already signed up for this. This is phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. Yes. Yes. Ooh, I love this question. Let me get into this. That David Bailey pick in the pit is fantastic. Did any of the other first rounders from other teams party with the pit fans? So first off, let me show you this. Where is this? Hang on tight. I got it here. This one? Nope, that's Curtis Martin. All right, hang on tight. Here you go. This is the pit pick that he's talking about. I'm throwing it up on the screen. If you're audio only listener, I've got a canvas of this. This is going in my new office. I can't wait, but this is the photo. This is it. It's David Bailey posing with all the fans. There's Boy Green right there. Boop, boop. It's Lou B right there. There you go. It's a beautiful picture. And my fiance made it into a canvas. The colors pop. It's spectacular. There you go. Nice. Yes. And so I'm up. Sorry. Thank you, everybody. Sorry, I had that. I thought that messed with the mic when I whacked it by accident. But yeah, it was cool. David Bowie did all the normal stuff, so he got drafted. Yeah, it did. It did hit the mute button. My apologies. So she made that into a canvas, which is cool. But yeah, David Bowie got drafted. He hugged it out with the commish, held up his jersey, signed a few things for charity, and then he went off stage. And then the Jets ticket people, the people that work for the Jets who were in our section said, "Hey, David Bowie's coming down. He's going to take a picture with you guys, but no autographs are allowed. But he'll come down there." And we got to meet him, and that was cool, briefly. And yeah, so I have that picture forever. What a moment. Again, without Luby, I never have that moment. And I can't wait to hang that up in my office. That's going to be terrific. It's awesome. But yes, to your point, so if the first rounders were there, they did exactly that. Like, for instance, Fernando Mendoza was not there at the draft. So Raiders fans did not get that moment where Fernando, unfortunately. But other rookies did. And they'd pass us. Sort of wherever our Jets draft stage was, we kept seeing every rookie that came through. They had to walk past us, and they were high-fiving a bunch of us, whoever the rookies were. It could have been Arvell Reese, or I'm trying to, like, remember how the draft went. But any of those guys that were there at the draft did come through. So it was very nice. So, yeah, the first rounders that were there in attendance did come through. And had a moment with their fans. They also had team legends. So from Joe Hayden to, was it Osi Umenyiora? I don't know. There was a bunch of like team legends. Like, so we had met Curtis Martin. I have another canvas of Curtis Martin back there, but I want to make sure I don't slap the mute button again. So you'll have to see it with your mind. But I have another canvas that we got to meet Curtis Martin. I'll hang that up in the new office whenever that new office hits. And you guys will be able to see all that stuff. But yeah, it was super cool. Again, that David Bailey thing is awesome. I'll remember that for the rest of my life. Taylor Sterling. Have I contacted Omar Cooper about giving him his draft card? Absolutely not. And maybe it's going to make me a jerk. Wait, let me see. Do I still have it right here? I do. All right, hang on tight. Yeah, so I still have it right here. The draft card of Omar Cooper Jr. Here it is. This is it. I still haven't hung it up yet. Now I'll wait for the new office, but this is the draft card. So Roger Goodell came up and read this card out on the draft stage with the 30th pick in the 2026 NFL draft. The New York Jets select Omar Cooper Jr. He signed it, Roger Goodell. His Herbie Hancock's down there, wide receiver out of Indiana. And this is the draft card that Roger Goodell read. And, whoa, almost dropped it. I did drop it, but now I'm putting it back in its little case here. And he read it out, and it was super cool. And I didn't know that those draft cards get given away or anything of that nature. And it was super cool. So it was amazing. And I did not know they gave those away until Mikey Holkhands got the Kenyon Sadiq draft card. And Roger Goodell made eye contact with Mikey and gave him the card. I went, oh, wow. If the Jets trade back in, I'm going to try to see if I can make eye contact with Roger and get that card. And that's what happened. If the player's at the draft, so David Bailey has his card somewhere in his house, I imagine. But if the player's not there at the draft, they give them away or give them to charity or all kinds of things. And it was cool. I made eye contact. I ran up to the draft stage. Roger handed it to me, and it was super cool. But no, I did not reach out to him. And sort of here's my thing. He wasn't there. If he wants it, he can reach out to me. It's not on me to reach out to him, to be candid. So no, I plan on having this in my house and putting it with my other memorabilia forever. It's a one-of-a-kind item. It's super cool. So yeah, I definitely do not plan on giving that to Omar. Now, if Omar and his people like overhear that I have the card, because like they know it exists, if they overhear I have the card and they want to make an offer to me and say, hey man, I will give you, the Jets say, hey, I'll give you this. This is how I envision it. Let me put it this way, because I see Taylor's like going crazy. Like it's just another item on your shelf. It's his draft card. I totally disagree. To me, this is how I view the situation. It's like if Aaron Judge belts a home run out into the crowd and you catch that home run ball, and then the team comes to you and say, hey, man, hey, what do you want for the ball? Well, all right, make me an offer, and I'll tell you what I want for the ball. I have the card, so like it's like I caught the home run ball in the audience. Roger Goodell handed it to me. I didn't steal it. I didn't run on the stage, grab it, and say "See ya, suckers," and run off stage. So I caught the home run ball in the audience. That's how I view it. And after, what happens a lot of the time is teams will approach that person and say, "Hey, we'd like the ball to give to the player," and then you negotiate. They say, "Hey, man, we'll give you this, this, this." Do they want to give me season tickets? They want to give me an autograph Omar Cooper Jr. jersey. They want to give me, I don't know. Do they have a whole offer? If they do, sure, yeah. Yeah, Taylor hates it. He says it's a terrible attitude. Well, that's your opinion, buddy. But no, I love it. It's a one-of-a-kind item. To me, that's super cool. I was at the draft. It's very meaningful to me. It's not just a draft card as you're putting it out there. To be honest, Roger Goodell could sign another draft card for him if he wanted to just have one so bad. So no, I love having it. To me, if I'm not just going to give it to him, if he and to credit, Anth Jets, who was the International Fan of the Year, he gave his to the Jets to give to Darrell Jackson Jr. He's a better man than me. I don't know. Mikey Holkins, I heard, was trying to reach out to Kenyon Sadiq, so I don't know what's going on there. They are better men than me. I am absolutely not just giving this card away. And yeah, CEO Home says Cooper could probably care less about the card. Great. And if that's true, he cares less about it. And it's a prized item for me. So see, it could just be nothing. So yeah, to me, that is 100% David Aaron saying it is cool. It's a one-of-a-kind Jets memorabilia item. That's the only card in existence that is signed by Roger Goodell that was read by him at the draft stage, and I was at the draft. So to me, it's very meaningful. It's not just some random draft card. So it's a huge item in my memorabilia collection. I plan on putting that and a bunch of pictures for the draft all in this beautiful like shadow box sort of thing. So that's amazing. And so, yeah, I plan on keeping it. If somehow it ever came up in the future where the Jets reached out or something, I would talk to them about it and see. I'll tell you right now, I'm a tough negotiator. I'm not just giving it away. It's a really cool item. But yeah, that's it. I know this has gone down a very different road, but no, I have not reached out to Omar Cooper. I have no plans to reach out to Omar Cooper because I'm not going to hold him hostage. I'm not going to reach out to Omar Cooper Jr. and say, "Hey, buddy, I want this." I think that would be a jerk move on my part to reach out to Omar and say, "Hey, buddy, do you want this? I hold him hostage. I want $1 million." Like, no, like it's very valuable to me. If it was valuable to him, he saw it. I tagged him on all kinds of social media when I got the card. So he knows, quote unquote, that I have it. He has no idea who the hell I am, and that's fine. But like I've tagged him. I haven't hidden it. So no, to me, I think it's completely unique item for my collection. It in my new office, I plan on displaying it, so it'll be a cool piece, and we'll see what happens. But no, I have absolutely no intentions as that. Yeah, Taylor says, "Hey, buddy, do you want this?" Period. Nah, that's never happening. So, Taylor, I'm glad that if you had the card, that's what you would do. That's very nice of you. For me, there is no place on this cold earth that is ever happening where I'm just going to offer the draft card back. And sure, it could lead to a relationship, or we could be friends forever. Sure, all that could be possible. But, yep, I'm a selfish bastard, I guess. Absolutely not. I'm holding on to that. So that's cool. Hey, maybe if I go to training camp one year, I'll get him to sign it. That would be cool and add to it. But no, me just giving it to him, absolutely not. David Aaron says, if you get that card laminated, does it reduce its value? Probably, I would say. I don't know. I'd have to look into that, reach out to collectors or things to say what's the best way to preserve it or something. So I would assume laminating it would definitely do it. So appreciate that. Yeah, Taylor's very upset. He says, "Go eat a pickle, buddy." Okay, no pickles will be consumed. I hate pickles, but no. So that's wonderful. And again, it stays in a special case until I move in, hopefully to a new place and all that jazz. But no, thank you. That's a good detour, though. Good random detour in the middle of all that. All right, let's do this, folks. Let's hit up the timeout with Hep, and we'll welcome your phone calls to finish off the show here on a Tuesday. We'll be back after this. Mm-hmm. Nope. Maybe not. Maybe that doesn't work. Click.
1, 2, 3.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Boy Green Daily, a daily New York Jets video show, also available wherever you get your podcast. The phone lines are now open. That's a pinned comment on youtube.com/boygreen25. Mike Saunders, coming out of the break, says getting Cooper to sign his own draft card to keep his stuff that villains are made of. Yeah, that's the one time that I would take it out of the case, bring it down to training camp, and say, "Hey, Omar, you signed this?" He's like, "Whoa, what is this?" Yeah, that's your draft card. Thank you. I'm not giving it to you. I just want you to sign it, and I'll put it back in. That is true. That is sort of villainous, I suppose. That is true. But that would look even cooler with that autograph on it. Yeah, that'd be cool. Hey, see, Yo Home says get Cooper to sign the card during the warmups at the Browns game. Like that would complete it. That would be pretty cool to get this card, and there's room on it. Let me see. I think there's room on it to do it. Oh, for sure. Like, look, it's right there. He can, if he signed this, he could sign it right there, and it's beautiful. Roger Goodell, Omar Cooper Jr., their autographs, and boom, this card is displayed forever. So, that's a good idea. We'll see if I can make that happen. The problem is I'd have to keep it because, like, even so, when I got the card of the draft, I was like, oh man, what a cool memorabilia item! This is amazing. I'm like, oh my gosh, how do I keep it from bending? Like, we have to walk a considerable distance to get back to the house, and it's not like I have something perfect. I did randomly have something perfect. Shout out to my fiance. She's always there. She gave this notebook to me, this random notebook. And I just said, when I was packing up the bag with Johnny Boy before I go, I'm like, why would I need this notebook? But let me throw it in there. And it perfectly fits the draft card. So, shout out. That's how I got it initially to the house. So, yeah, that would be pretty cool for him to sign it. And then that would add to it even more the glory. So that is funny, though. I appreciate that. All right, let's go to the phone lines. We'll kick it off with Hep here on the show. What's up, Hep?
Hey, Paul. Hey, fellas. I was curious. Are you going to any of the training camps this year?
Great question. I'm sure Lou B will try to rally me to one or two. We'll see what happens. I don't have any plan, but we went to the joint practice last year, which was Jets Giants. There's only one of those this year that's Jets Bucks, so maybe.
Oh, right. Okay. I was just curious. That might probably be the best place for him to do the signing, though.
Oh,
If he
sure,
would,
right.
right? Because the game is kind of like hectic. I imagine that's a little easier.
That's a good
Um,
point. Yeah.
so I added one thing to my routine. I added a dumbbell, and it wasn't my son. It was a dumbbell, like one
Oh,
of
cool.
these.
Yeah.
And I added that to the routine just to work that a couple of times because they said the more muscle mass you have, the more fat you burn. So I just
Yeah, I've
not
been
that I
thinking
really
about
need.
that too.
Yeah,
Because right now, for everyone to know, I mean, I guess I'm moving around all the time. For normal people stuff, you have to move around to do something. But exclusively, my workouts so far have simply been cardio. It just
right.
walking, jogging 3 miles a day, every day for it's been 3 weeks now. So blessed be he. So I've been doing that, but like that's it. But I feel like if I increase the intensity, to your point, lifting weights or anything else, now you're really getting juices flowing in a good way. So yeah,
Yeah,
I'm gonna try to see. Maybe I'll just get a couple of weights at the house because like it's the convenience of making sure it's at the house, so I know I can always do it. Because like
yeah,
if
it's
it's at
right
the
there.
gym, you have to
Mhm.
go to the
Oh
gym
no,
and
no,
then
no,
you have
no,
to
no.
fit it in. So no, I think having something here would really, really do it. Yeah.
All right, guys. See you on the rebound.
Appreciate you, Hep, and thank you for going on this journey with us. Yeah, that'd be awesome. Yeah, that'd be awesome. Um, that'd be cool to see if I can add some more weight routines or something to sort of spice it up. That'd be great. We'll see if we could keep working on that. Yeah, but the weight is falling off right now, so blessed be He. Everything seems to be working. So bless the sweet Lord above is that the weight is absolutely falling off, which is terrific news. We're getting closer and closer to under 200 pounds. So glad everything has been working out great. And my fiance is down 25 pounds. So absolutely, I'm glad it's been working out, and thank you everyone in the audience have been keeping us posted on your weight loss journeys as well. Hopefully it's going as great as it is for us. Let's go back to the phone lines here. We have the legendary Lou B, Super Jets fan. Now, Lou B, I haven't talked to you about this, but I saw it on the Jake Asman Show channel, and I just have to say, your unique creativity to get you, Jake, and your team closer in the parade. Lou B, you're a genius. You've probably been told this before, but you're just a friggin' genius. You think of everything. You're smart as sin. I mean, I heard that went, what a friggin' because everyone else said they're like, oh, geez, man, we're just stuck. This sucks. But not Lou B. Lou B is playing chess when other people are playing checkers.
Well, it's not genius. It's that I don't give up. So when you don't give up, sometimes it makes you look smart.
Yeah.
I'm just
Maybe
like a
that's
rough
it,
guy
man.
around the edges, right? But I don't give up. So that's what makes me look smart sometimes. So for anyone that doesn't know, to tell the story real quick.
Yeah, please.
When we got to the Knicks parade, we had a meeting spot so that a lot of the Asmaniacs and stuff could meet up together. And we said 7:30 be at Starbucks by the World Trade Center. So when we got there, it was already closed down. They closed down the streets, the pods. So they said the pod is full. You can no longer get in. So I'm going to say there's about 1 million people that couldn't get in. So I'm like, whoever stayed here with me, we're getting in. We're going to figure out a way.
Yeah.
I look and I see a pizzeria that has a double-decker pizzeria. So I see the phone number and I call and I say, because I remember when Trump was at Madison Square Garden, if you showed your reservation to one of the establishments, they had to let you through.
Right.
So I said, if they did that for Trump, that's probably their policy, right? So it was the policy. So I call up the pizzeria and I say, hey, listen, if I come there and buy 20 pies, can I have a pizza party there? And I said, but I need you to give me a reservation or come down and get me.
Yeah.
So she was like, okay, I'll come down and get you. I said, okay, I'll meet you in the front, but you got to give me some time because I saw people that had press passes were going through a certain line. So we get up to the front and I tell the police officer, this is his birthday. We're Net fans. We just dressed up in Knick gear because we didn't want to get beat up by these fans. We have a birthday party reserved. And he's like, what? I'm like, it's his birthday. And it was actually one of our buddy's birthdays who I just met. And I used that. I started compounding things. And the guy was like, God damn it. And he had to let us through. And we got through the parade. We got through 1 million people. And we had front row almost right next to City Hall. So it was incredible. Man. I didn't give up. So, makes you look smart sometimes.
But let me ask you, Loopy. So some behind the scenes here. So you guys come up with this plan. You're like, all right, let's go. Were you totally convinced that the place I was looking like, all right, let him in? Or was there any doubt oh boy, they could say, no, this is the total. No, get the hell out of here, man. You're not coming through.
I know the rules. So
I guess so. There you go.
The cop had the rule, you can't stop someone from going to work or you can't stop an establishment from making money. So I used the rule. I said, look, I spoke to the number. This is the pizza. This is Stage Deli. This is the number. My reservation's intact. So we went into the deli and we bought everything that we could find, right? Because we used it as the leverage. And we tried to go back to that pizza after, and it was just the line was down the block too. It was harder to get into the pizzeria for me than the actual parade. But we got in and it was great. I mean, Jake and a bunch of the guys, we had a great time. Sick time.
Awesome. Congratulations, man. That's amazing.
Yeah. So
the Jets won, huh?
I can't wait for the Jets parade. We know what to do now. I know exactly
how. Oh, yeah, that's true. You have it all figured out. That's right.
All my homework there. It's where the truck center and lots of stuff. But
you've learned a lot.
We're going to go to camp this year, and we got to try to get your Omar thing signed by Omar.
Yeah, that would be freaking awesome. Oh, my goodness. Yes.
We're definitely going to go to camp. I just found out yesterday that the Tampa Bay practice is a joint practice. They're practicing 2 times with Tampa Bay because they're playing Tampa. Right. So they're here for 2 days. They're doing, I think it's the August 8th and August 11th and 12th is the Tampa Bay practice. So that's a joint practice. So I'm working on getting those tickets for everybody. I reached out to anyone that has season tickets. You get they have the training camp tickets, and then they go on sale to the public. So we're going to try to get as many as we can. I spoke to whole fans and Boba Jet last night saying I want to rally up as many as we can. And then I just want to talk about Kane and Guano. Is that how you say it?
Yeah, Kane and Wanwu.
Yeah, him. So anyway, he's better than Williams. He is unbelievable. That guy is a game changer, but we just haven't had a healthy version of him.
No.
Right? That's the issue with that guy. That guy is a game changer. When they were first in the game, he was the better one. Williams was the second best, and then Williams had an MVP season. But it was Kane who was a monster, and I really hope we can get a healthy season from him because he is ridiculous. I watched him at camp. I watched him in preseason. I watched him in a few of those games. That guy is unbelievable when healthy. That's the problem, I guess. right? So I hope he stays healthy because that guy can win us a game.
Hey, by the way, a JR327 is a season ticket holder, so maybe we'll connect you guys. It said, I'll grab tickets for people if requested. So okay, so there you
Yeah,
go.
any season ticket holder, please just grab them as many as you can because you could give them out on BG's show right here.
Sure,
To people that
definitely.
want to go.
Yes.
I mean, that's how me and Boy Green met. He drove through the night.
Yeah.
And I invited him, and I was like, "Come, just come." And he came, and we had a great time. And it's when his infamous picture with
Tanner Engstrand. Yes, I think I still have it here. Yes. Let's see. That's right. You took that photo, Luby. You took this photo.
Yeah,
that's here.
It didn't do him any well. He's gone.
Unfortunately, yes, yeah. That part of his journey unfortunately ended. Oh, here it is. I do have it. Had to dust this one off. Here it is. It is Tanner Engstrand and me with the duffel bag from the jet shop. There you go. And that's Alan Lazard back there. So yeah. Sorry, Tanner.
So basically, everyone that took a picture with you is gone. we'll have you take a picture with AG this year when we get to camp.
Jake Ashman would love that. So I'll have to see if I can keep that going. That's hilarious. And unfortunately, now the more people I think I took pictures with, that's true. All of them are gone. Wow.
Yeah,
that's quite a streak going on there. That's not great.
But yeah, we booked Wayne Corbett for the gangrene.
Oh, great grab on that! Congratulations, that's amazing.
Yeah, that's good. We wanted to get. There's some maybe some more guys coming. Maybe some active players coming. We'll see.
Oh wow!
So,
all right,
working on that. Working on a bunch of stuff, but it's going to be fun.
Well, here, give some plugs, please, Luby. Of course, yeah.
Yeah, starts at 12 o'clock. What I suggest is, look, the rooms are very expensive in Atlantic City. We have no control over that. So if you a designated driver, you drive out there in the morning, you stay for a few hours, and you head back home. That's the best way to do this.
Okay.
Because the rooms are just so expensive for everyone. It's not just for Jet fans. It's like that all the time in Atlantic City in the summer. It's a very big destination spot, right? So I would suggest find a designated driver and just say, hey, let's head out there. It's a few hours in the car there and back. Stay a few hours, and you're home at night. That's what you should do. It's going to be good. And there's a few more other things happening this day, and I can't get into that now. But
okay,
it could be a serious day.
You're the party maestro here, Luby. So you always know how to you know how to do it. You know how to
do it for a job, just like you're good on the radio, and
yeah,
that's what I do for a job, right? I plan events from 100 to 100,000 people events for the last 30 years of my life.
Man, and you've clearly been killing and doing an awesome job. So I love that you've partnered up with everybody here to make this happen for this Gangrene Beach Club event.
Well, I'm a Jets fan, and I got to use my skill to help with tailgates and to parties. And for me, it's this is not a business. This is for the fandom. I was very upset with watching how fans weren't in the parking lot as much anymore, or not going to the games. That bothered me. So I was like, I have to get this shit popping. Yeah. So I've been working on it, inviting a lot of people to my tailgates. Sometimes I bring hundreds of people that don't even go to Jets games. So hopefully when they win, we created some new fans, because I think, like I said, I believe that the Knicks opened up the Stargate for the Jets. And when people see that the Knicks could do it, the Jets could do it. And now I think that New York is so thirsty for another winning team. It really is. I mean, I know the market, and sports is tremendous here now, tremendous. So if the Jets can do it for a team that wasn't winning, that's going to bring the story so much more powerful. And it is really powerful for the Jets what happened with the Knicks. It really is. And Woody being at those games, I keep saying, he has to say, shit, I want this. I want this. What the F do I have to do to get this?
Yeah.
Period. And he's already rich. He doesn't need anything.
Yeah, right.
But this is something that all the money that Jim Dolan has, nothing compares to the feeling that he had by winning this. Nothing in his life.
Definitely not. No.
So that's it, man.
That's it. Luby, you're the best, baby. And again, of course, you're going to be talking about killing it at our friggin' tailgate, baby. The Beast Sprinter. That's you and David Bailey. You're on my canvas. You're going to be on my wall here very shortly. Freaking Luby and David Bailey. You're right next to each other. That's your guy.
Yeah, well, we were together on that. And I told him, I said, we're counting on you. I told him 15 times straight. Because we thought we were getting Arvell.
We did.
Arvell's coach was actually sitting with us.
I
You guys ready
know.
to get the best player in the draft? And Arvell was pounding his chest, looking at us. Arvell
was.
thought he was going to be a Jet.
Yeah.
And when he picked Bailey, we were just, our minds just cracked in half. And then when he came out, it was like, we are counting on you, bro. We are counting on you. I told him 15
And
times.
you told the rest of us, you said, hey, man, no matter what, well, like we wanted
Yeah.
Arvell, obviously, but no matter what, David Bailey's our guy now. That's what happens.
Oh, no,
Yours
when you're a
agreed to
Jet, you're a
White.
Jet. That's it, right?
100%. Yeah.
You know, I wanted different players, but poof, I'm all about it. When you're a Jet, you're a Jet. And the last thing, so I know we didn't announce the tailgate location because the truth is, on the Green Bay game, I want to walk Boy Green over to the spot where I think we should do it.
Yeah.
And we'll try to
And I trust your judgment, Luby. You're an expert.
At that I am. At tailgating I am. So
yeah,
it's a really cool spot with a path that walks right into MetLife. So that means everyone can pass you there.
Yeah.
The last time we did the tailgate, it was pretty far. And then it was a giant hole, a meteor hit the fucking tailgate spot. So
which was a microcosm of the season, unfortunately.
Yeah. So everyone, you should really come to this tailgate. It really is good. And hopefully
we only have 29 spots left, Luby, and then that thing's going to sell out. And I think that's definitely
sign up and make your way. It's a good day. It's a good day. You leave there with a good day, whether they win or lose. And I think they could win that game. So
let's go.
All right. You guys have a great day.
You too, Lou B. There he is. Lou B, Super Jets fan, joining us here on the program. An absolute legend. And can't wait to hang out with him. That's coming up, Gangrene Beach Club event. So let's roll. Again, there's about 29 tickets left to the tailgate. And then once it sells out, all Chef Kevin Gilbert's delicious food will no longer be able to be available for random passerbys. You have to have a tailgate ticket, which is $50 a pop. So make sure you guys sign up and get one of those last remaining 29 spots before they sell out, because they inevitably will. All right, let's keep rolling here on the phone lines here on the program. Fun show so far. Up next, speaking of legends, Neil Sr. now joins us here.
Hey, Paul, how you doing?
What's up, pal?
Excuse me. I'm all set for Nashville.
Nice.
Got my room set. Got the
right.
Lou B. We have the tickets all set. It's going to be
perfect.
Our Super Bowl. Let's go, man. This is going to be it for us.
Let's kick their
This
ass.
is going to be a dictate. This is going to dictate our season. I think this game.
No pressure.
I believe. Yeah. Look, this is a must win for us, Paul. We have to come out of the gate smoking. Enough of these 0-4 starts. Enough of this.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We have to come out strong. I'm all, the beach club is going to be a great day.
Oh yeah, man.
I'm all set for that. I found some website. I got a nice couple of things, like a matching shirt and pants type shorts thing.
All right.
That were pretty inexpensive. I can't remember the name of the place. I just got the stuff delivered yesterday.
If you think of it, let me know, because I'm
They
still
sent
looking
me.
for my
They sent me
ensemble.
a gorgeous. I have a 4th of July party. They have a Jet shirt, like a polo, with like a Jets logo, and they let me see. I'm going to show it to you. Hang on a second.
Oh, sure. Yeah, great.
Let me show you, man. This thing is.
Yeah.
Hang on.
Okay. Yeah.
Really nice. Hang on one second.
Okay. All right. Here we go. All right.
Go in the house and show you.
We're on the Neil tour. This is a great house. All right. Nice. All right.
Hang on a second.
Okay. Here we go. This will be a big reveal. I'm looking forward to this. The Neil's attire here. All right, let's go full screen here. Let's see it. Oh, wow. Oh, man.
That thing is so cool, right?
Look at that. America and Jets. Oh, what a combo platter. That's sweet.
That's nice. I'm going to think what else. Hang on a second.
Yeah. Let's see what else we
Where the
got.
hell is the other?
Yeah, that's some nice.
Oh, here it is.
Very nice. Okay. All right. What do we got here?
I'll put it on the bed.
Yeah, sure. Okay.
You're going to get a pre-up. This is going to be my beach party.
Oh, wow. Okay. What we got here? Okay. Oh, yeah. Oh, the short combo. Oh, very nice. Nice.
Right?
Same color. Yeah.
I don't think that was
nice.
since 1959. I don't know if that's right. Why I usually get 60 on my other shirts. I don't know.
Yeah, that's right. Oh, that's a good deal. Nice. That's smooth. That's a good combo.
Right?
Platter.
Look at
Beach
that.
Club. I like that. Great taste, pal.
Yeah, so I'm all set.
Um,
Looking forward to a great time, meeting a lot of people. I
Sure.
mean, if you guys are going to go to one event
Yeah.
this summer,
hmm
the beach party is it. I know Lou said that the rooms are real expensive, but you
Yeah.
got to realize something. If you look around,
hmm
did you get something? What did you do for rooms, Paul? What did you do? 'Cause
Yeah.
I,
Yeah.
I suggested you get something where you could bring your family and enjoy a
Yeah.
weekend.
Yeah. We're staying at the Ocean Casino Resort. Yeah.
Okay. It's,
Me and the family are going there.
I mean, that's the really, that and the, shit, what's the other hotel? There's a couple, that's a higher end hotel. So that's going to be
Definitely. Right.
expensive.
Yeah.
Like I say, I stay at Caesars and my wife gambles, so I don't really pay for rooms. But if anybody gambles
hmm
or even these guys that have these sports apps, a lot of your listeners
hmm
bet with Caesar Sportsbook.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like I use Caesar Sportsbook and they give you points.
Oh,
So
cool.
if you gamble on Caesar Sportsbook, you gather points, and if you use Caesars, for a room, you'll get a discount like a casino rate. Maybe it'll cost you instead of I don't know what the rates are, but you could get a room. I don't think you're going to pay that much for a room. I know it's summer and it's really they try to jack up the prices,
Yeah.
but I don't think you'll pay much more than 200 a night for a room and a
That's
nice on the
reasonable.
floor.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't think it's going to be that expensive. I mean, like I said, I mean, to go back and forth, for the day.
Right.
If you're coming from out of state, you're going to pay, you know, it's going to cost you gas, tolls,
hmm
back and forth. It's not going to be cheap. So you
hmm
might as well stay a day. It's
hmm
well worth it. I
Yeah.
told you, I think AC is a bargain.
Yeah. I've
If you're
never been
going,
there. So this is my first time.
it's a bargain for guys that are looking to make a weekend out of it. I
That's
don't
true.
see it being that super expensive. And
hmm
like I said, it's a fun place. I mean, you're gonna have you have the sports books, they have the beach, they have the boardwalk, they have,
hmm
you got this event that's going to take up a good part of the day. And how
Definitely.
many times are you going to be able to meet every podcast? I mean, did you meet everybody that's on that? How many of those people on that list, Paul? Have you met everybody on that list?
Definitely not. So there's a bunch of people I have not met on that list. I think I still have the old Gangrene Beach Club. Let me see. That has the list of people. I think I have that. Oh yeah, here it is in my notes. So let's see. I have definitely not met everyone on this list, which includes. All right, here we go. So I've met Jake. Obviously, I have never met Rich. We've been in the same room for like the Hall of Fame before, but we've never met. So I've not
Oh,
met him. Yeah,
Rich?
Rich Samini. Rich Samini I've never met.
Oh,
We've been in
Samini,
the
you didn't meet.
yeah.
Okay.
Brandon Tierney I've never met. Fireman Ed I've never met.
I met Tierney. I was on a plane with Fireman Ed to a
Oh,
game. We did
okay.
it. We did a jet chant together on a JetBlue flight.
Come on.
Pretty wild.
You can't beat
I,
that.
I
Yeah.
spent a lot of time with Ed. I've been at away games with him
Yeah.
25 years ago. So um,
Let's see.
he's a tremendous guy to meet.
Yeah, I've met Connor Hughes. I've met Antoine Staley. I've met Costello. I've never met Ryan Sampson. I know he works for Costello. I don't really know much about him. I've met Rosenblatt. I've never met Will Parkinson before. I've never met Frankie V, Omari Brown. I've met Matt O'Leary. Have not met Green Bean. I've never met Green Bean before.
You met? Did you meet Green Bean or not?
No, sure. I've never met Green Bean. No.
I'm looking forward to meeting Green Bean. He's a
Cool.
character, man. He
Yeah,
really
seems
is a
like
character.
Ryan Delaney, I've never met. Richie, I met at the draft, so I got to meet him. Robbie Sabo, I've never met. Domsey, I've never met. Joe Blewett, I've never met. Nick Ferry, I've never met. And then the other Nick Shine, I've met, but Brie Martinez and Tyson, I've not met them. So yeah, most of the people I've not met on the list. So I'm excited, and all the Jets
Yeah.
are going to be.
Hey,
there.
listen, for you, this is a business trip, Paul.
Yeah,
I
sure.
mean,
Yeah.
you got to be there, to meet these guys and,
Yeah.
really get into the flow of the season. This is a way to get into the flow of the season, get to meet everybody. Corbett's going to be there. That's a nice guy to have at the
Oh yeah,
at the
that's
thing.
super cool. By the way, people are asking you, Neil, what hotel are you staying at in Nashville? Philly, I'm saying, what hotel are you staying at?
I'll tell you where I booked yesterday. Hang on a second. I
Okay,
have
rock
to.
and
I
roll.
have to. Hang on.
All right,
I have
no
a
worries.
text from Lou B.
Okay.
I booked a hotel that he's staying at.
Okay. Cool.
Hang
There you
on.
go. Yeah, sure.
It's the
All right, we'll have that answer for you, Philium, in a second.
Tempo by Hilton, Nashville downtown.
There you go. That's it, Philium, for you and anyone else that appears to be looking as you're trying to get ready for Week 1 Jets.
You're going there too, right, Paul?
Yeah, I'm going to the game. I don't know what hotel or anything. I'm looking at other options, so I'm not sure yet. But I definitely will be there.
It's downtown Tempo. It's
Yeah.
pretty. It was expensive. It's not cheap.
Yeah. Cool.
That trip is going to cost some money. I mean, I did it yesterday.
Yeah.
I mean, the rooms at that Tempo are like 500 a night, like 500 plus. So you got 3 nights there. You got the tailgate. You got the tickets. You got the flights. And
Good Lord. Yeah.
That's an expensive weekend. I mean, the two reasons, but here's the point,
Okay.
Lou. I went to Dow. The year that Rogers got hurt, I pre-booked a lot of stuff, and I got creamed. I spent all this money. But I did get some good experiences. I went to Dallas. I got to see the stadium. They did that tour. That was a really nice trip. Look,
Mhm.
the worst parts of the trip are watching the games previously.
Yeah,
You go, everything is great until the game starts, and then you're like so frustrated. I went to Vegas and saw that game, and we had no offense. Look, we're going to have offense this year. That's the thing I'm most excited about.
Yeah.
We are going to score. We're going to
Yeah.
score touchdowns. Gino is going to light it up. I don't see him having a bad season, and you know, I don't see us. The Titan game, I think, is a great way to kick off the season. It's a very, very winnable game. I mean, what is it right now? What are they? 1.5-point favorite against us at
Yeah, let
home?
me see. Yeah, what's the updated line on that? Let me see the Week 1 betting lines. Let's see. What are we at for Jets Titans currently? All right, I want an updated line. All right, here we go. This just got updated shortly ago. The Jets are. They are. Come on, internet. Let's go. Where the hell is Jets Titans? As I scroll down this, let's do it this way, then it'll get me there faster. Come on, you bastard. Get it on. The Titans are a 3-point favorite right now.
All right, so it's home. That's a pick 'em, really.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a pick 'em. Yeah, that's how I evaluate.
You get 3 points for the home advantage, right?
Yeah,
So it's a pick 'em game, but the reality is, their OC is Dable, right? Is that who their OC is?
Yes, Brian Dable. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Dable's a great OC. I mean, I know he's going to have what's that quarterback again? Their quarterback,
Cam Ward.
Cam Ward. Cam Ward is probably going to be, have a good second year as a quarterback. I'm sure he's got the talent. He's going to have an ascending year like the Bears quarterback did last year. But I don't think he's as good as the Bears quarterback. I don't think he's as good. And if Dable's going to, get him to, let's put it this way. I'm sure Dable's going to coach him up and he's going to be a good player. But we're getting him at the right time, week 1.
Week
you know
1,
what I'm saying?
100%. He doesn't know that offense completely, right?
Yeah, these guys, both teams are having a totally revamped offense and defense.
Right.
New coaching, new players. Everything is going to be new. So that's puts us on equal footing, with the team.
100%. I mean, same disadvantage. I agree.
Yeah. Right. I mean, if we were going to open up the season against Seattle, the Super Bowl winners, it would be a little different story. But this game is a winnable game.
I agree.
It could start us off on the right foot. It'll be very exciting. Green Bay doesn't play us great. Our home opener is a winnable game. This is it, man. We got to start winning now. This is going to be a season where we make transition. We get into that 6, 7, 8, 9, dare I say 10 win season. None of that is, head scratching like you're dreaming type things. These are all real things. Our roster is ready to win now, right, Paul? Don't you
I
believe that?
do. I agree with that wholeheartedly.
And
Yes.
I believe, with Frank Reich and the quarterback coach
Bill
uh,
Musgrave.
Musgrave, they're going to be, they'll coach these guys up.
Mhm.
Frank Reich is going to have, look, this is his chance to get back into coaching, and he's going to come out with a really imaginative offensive, play calling. The play calling is going to be fantastic. I believe that. I mean, again, they could come out and lay an egg, and we could look like shit, but I believe we're going to come out here with a lot of, Gino's going to throw the ball downfield. My biggest complaints the last 5 seasons is we don't throw the deep pass. We don't throw the ball into the end zone. I can count on one hand how many times we threw a bomb into the end zone last year. I don't even
Terrible.
think we did it. I don't even think we did it 5 times.
No. No.
Right? I mean, and how many
And one of
times
them
it just
worked. Adonai
was
Mitchell, 50-yarder against the Falcons. That was phenomenal. That wasn't even Justin Fields. It was Tyrod Taylor, for God's sake. So, yeah, we need to do that way more. 100%.
so anyway, getting excited.
Let's go.
Everybody hope enjoys their season. I hope everybody had. How was your Father's Day? Was it good?
Yeah, come on. It's always good, baby. You got the kids, you get the gifts, you got everything.
Now I'm going to
Yeah.
give you one piece of weight. Look,
Oh, give it to me.
I'm a weight loss expert, okay? And I'll
Oh,
say that
okay.
I'll say that
Terrific.
because let me just say, and
Perfect.
I was always a chubby kid. When you were a kid, what were you, a husky, or were you skinny as a
Skinny.
kid?
Skinny.
You were skinny?
Yes, sir.
That's very good. If you now, let me ask you another question. How many times in your life have you seriously tried to change your eating habits and diet?
Just right now.
That's it?
Yeah, I've never done it ever any other. I had metabolism when I was in high school and playing football. I didn't think about that at all. I was just a vacuum cleaner. I ate whatever they put on the table. So
Okay,
it
so
didn't matter.
now are you still active with your karate and all that stuff? I mean, what's
No,
going on
sir.
with that?
No, not active with that. Since I had reconstructive knee surgery like 3 or 4 years ago, I've not been doing taekwondo or anything else.
All right. So look, you the key maintaining weight loss, the key is to exercise and do your walking or do whatever you want.
Mhm.
As far as the weight loss goes, the biggest culprit on weight loss is white flour and sugar. Those are the two things that control your blood sugar levels. When your
Okay.
blood sugar level drops, that's when you get that like ravenous hunger where it's so hard to resist, like you're just going to eat anything that comes in your way.
Right,
And
right.
and sugar is and white flour, bread, anything with white flour in it, if you cut those two things out, you don't even have to care what you put in your mouth. As
Okay.
long as it's not those two things, your blood sugar will stay normal. You won't have excessive hunger, and the weight will drop off like you can't believe.
All
It's
right.
all about weight. It's all about, and I want to tell you,
Yes, sir.
I lost the battle, but I don't look like I lost the battle because I did the lap band. I cheated. I don't call it a cheat. I call it
Yeah.
desperation.
Whatever you need,
Because
right? Okay.
when I got married, I was 215. But
Mhm.
look, I married a woman that comes from a family of cooks that
Mm.
I don't care whose food is put on the table. There's nothing that ever tasted as good as what my wife cooks. But
Yeah.
I went 215. Then I went 235. Then I lost weight, got to 220. Then I went to 250. Then I lost weight to 230. Then I went to 280. Then I went to 250. Then I went to 300. I stayed at 300 for 8, 9, 10 years. Then I went down to 280. Then I went to 310. I got to 335 was my
Whoa.
high.
Wow.
I-
Yep. Wow. Is that the cliffhanger we're leaving
I'm
it on?
back here. You hear me
Oh,
still?
wait. Okay. Yeah. Now we got you. Got your voice back and your video. Okay. Yeah.
So
No, the
I
last
got
thing
up
we
to
heard was
335. So I got the lap band at 40 years old.
Okay.
I did it with another guy who was over 400 pounds. Both of us got the lap band together. So now I have the lap band 25 years, and I'm 215 right now. So I was able to
Congratulations.
maintain a 120-pound weight loss for better part of 10 years. And I
That's
can tell you,
amazing. Yeah.
at 65, I feel way better than I did when I was 40.
Wow.
So, and when you drop that weight, so the white flour, sugar, cut it out as much as possible. Forget
Okay.
diet sodas. Don't even go there.
Yeah, I don't
Drink
touch any of that.
drink your water. Get used to drinking 8 glasses of water a day. That whole
Yep.
thing. That was
Mhm.
good. The carbo stuff, everybody has these carb diets. When you start a diet, don't use the word diet. All diets do is make you gain weight. Because what happens is you drop that 20 pounds, your body craves the food, you end up going off the diet, you gain more weight than you lost, and then your body holds on to the weight. Your body is a machine that
Mhm.
holds the weight. And I'll give you a perfect example of that, okay?
Mhm.
If you go to a desert environment, a very dry environment,
Mhm.
you could drink 2 gallons of water and you won't urinate because your body knows it's in a dry environment that it needs to hold the water.
Okay.
Your body's a machine. So what that machine does is it recognizes when you're starving it. So
Mhm.
when you're starving it, it wants more food, number one. And number two, when it gets the more food, it stores the more food in the form of fat. So you have to go easy.
Mhm.
Try to lose the weight slowly. 5, 10. If you lost, think about this. If you lost 10 pounds a quarter,
Mhm.
okay, that sounds like a little bit. Doesn't sound great because everybody wants to see results when they step on the scale.
Of
So
course.
10 pounds a quarter is 40 pounds a year, man.
That's a lot of poundage. Yeah.
And if the less you lose and the longer it takes you to lose the weight, the more likely it will be that you keep it off long term.
That makes sense.
Remember that one thing I just said.
Yes,
The
sir.
longer it takes to
Mhm.
lose the weight,
Mhm.
the better and more likely it is that you will maintain the loss. Try not to change little things. And the best part about your situation is you weren't a fat person to begin with. So
Oh,
you
yeah.
don't have that. Like most heavy people, they have a lot going against them. They have,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? It's like
Yeah.
anything else. It's like your body is different for a heavy person's body is different than somebody who's not. You just gained all this weight because you have a sedentary lifestyle now
Mhm.
than what you had 10 years ago.
That's right. Yep.
So now you don't realize it now that when you sit around and you don't burn, your body starts to you're gaining weight. So there you go. There's
Thanks, Neil.
my weight loss
Thank you.
scenario. I gave you that. We're gonna
Yes.
have some fun at Beach Club. Look forward to meeting you. Is Kevin going to the beach party?
That's a
Chef
good.
Kevin?
Yes, he
He
is.
has
Yeah,
to be going. He's in
yeah, of course he
Jersey.
is.
It's not that far.
Yeah, he's the champ, of course. Yeah, he's definitely going. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah. So I'm looking forward to meeting him
yeah.
and all the
Great.
guys. Indy, is that those guys going to make a run up from
That's a
south or
good
no?
question. I don't know if Philly or Indy or any of those guys. I know for sure Chef is. I talked to him about it. We're both going to be there, and Snowball's going to be there. I'm trying to think of who else. Yeah, but a bunch of them are going to be there. I'm not sure on Indy or Philly or some of those guys. I'm not sure.
Yeah, the guys that are Ed should take a ride up. Ed Ziff should take a ride up there.
Yeah, easy. That'd be awesome. Yeah.
Like I said, it's not a far run to get to South Jersey from where those guys are. I mean, maybe it's a 5 or 6 hour. What do you think? Maybe 7, 8 hour car ride, maybe 10 hours.
Yeah, maybe something like that. Maybe 10 hours or so.
Yeah, you go 10 hours, leave 5 in the morning. You get there at noon. And you stay
Yeah,
overnight, and you go home the next day or something.
that's it.
This is a unique situation. Lou
Definitely.
B knows how to
Yes,
throw an event. This is
that's
what
for sure.
you're gonna. At least for 10 hours, you're going to be wildly entertained, and
Yes,
you're going to be by a swimming pool. So if it's a hot day, which likely it will be,
probably. Yeah.
you have a couple cocktails, you jump in the pool, you cool off, you get to meet a lot of great people, all
Mhm.
under one roof. That's
Pretty
what the
cool.
key is. And there's a lot of great, not just you, there's a
Mhm.
lot of great podcasters out there that have a lot of
Yes,
great opinions.
yes,
And we could all prognosticate and we could all dream about what the season's going to be for us. Because
that's it.
right now, we haven't had a single loss in 2026. Oh, actually, we did lose in
Well, yeah, I guess we
2026.
did. Yeah,
All right,
but
my man.
recently, I appreciate it. Thanks, Neil. You're the best, brother. Thanks for the weight loss expertise. I appreciate that. And hell, it'll be awesome to meet Neil in person coming up at the Gang Green Beach Club event. All right, let's go to the phone lines once again. Troy Sturgis is up next. What's up, Troy?
Hey, BG, how you doing?
Hey, I'm doing
Can you hear
excellent,
me?
man. Good to see you.
Yep. Um,
Yes, sir.
just
Loud and
wanted to
clear.
talk to you. I like your list. I
Hmm.
still had questions with the linebacker list.
Yeah.
Only reason I threw out Bobby Wagner is I kind of like deep down would be kind of like hopefully we can get him and he can kind of spell some of them guys,
Hmm.
and
Hmm.
then maybe the year after maybe turns into one of our linebacking coaches.
Oh,
Um,
that'd be cool.
I just think that you need players like that to you know help the younger players like what we
Hmm.
got.
Hmm.
Um, but and then another thing, the Tennessee game, I am
Yes.
I'm really pumped for this game. Really, I realize that we're kind of in the same boat, Tennessee and New York.
Hmm.
Um, I think that they are. To me, I think this should be a big Brees game because Salah's defenses in the past, as bend don't break, and we'd always
Hmm.
give them they'd be down to the 20, and you know, they'd either score a touchdown or they would kick a field goal, one or the other. But
Right. Right.
anyway, that's his defense is bend don't break, and I just think that people ran the ball all over us when we had his defense, and we
Maybe we
should be
could
able to
give
run the
it
ball
back
with
to
him,
him. Yeah,
right?
that makes sense. I believe that. Yeah.
And I the Sorsby thing, I thought I heard somebody last night. I did watch your little video you had,
Yeah.
and but then after that, I seen another video. I can't think of who it was that brought it out, but they said that the case is possibly reopening now. So
Yeah, this is I'll read you guys because I saw Luby ask this earlier. So again, I am not a lawyer or whatever the hell this means, but this was the update that came in at what time last night? Let me see this. So this is this is last night. Update from the Davie, Florida Police Department. After saying the case involving Geno Smith was no longer open, they're now saying this evening that one of their detectives will further investigate it. So I don't know if it's completely reopened. I'm not sure if that's just a detective doing an extra round of work to make sure they didn't miss anything. But yeah, there was an update late last night. But I've only heard it from Andy Slater. No one else has reported that. So I don't know what that means. I'm not sure.
all right. Hey, anyway, gotta go. Good chat with you real quick, but gotta get
Thanks,
back to
Troy.
work.
Appreciate you, brother. Thank you for being a member of the Boy Green Espresso Club, brother. And I'm excited for Jets Titans too. That is a game that hopefully they open up a can of whoop ass all over Tennessee. That would be spectacular. All right, let's keep going down the phone lines here. Up next, wow, this guy's been gone for a while. Knowledge the Jedi is back.
Hey, what's going on, Boy Green?
Hey, what's going on, Knowledge? What's cracking, man?
Not much. Pretty excited about the season. I'm hoping that well, that was what was actually my question. If everything was good with Gino and he just cleared that up.
Yeah.
And then I think the standout's gonna be probably at AD Mitchell in the
Hmm.
passing game because it showed during OTAs that he had a good connection with Gino
Hmm.
downfield.
Hmm.
So it seems like we're gonna have a good little receiving core. And then with Brees getting paid, hopefully we could get that over 1,200 yards rushing out of him.
Oh yeah, that'd
Get a
be
good
that'd be
balance.
that'd be sweet, man.
You think the defense is gonna dabble in a little bit of in the 4-2-5? Because I
That'd
feel
be
they have
fun.
so many. I feel they have so many D backs. They might have a better personnel for that type of scenario if they wanted to switch from the 3-4 and go into the 4-2-5.
That'd be fun. Because then you could have as your two, you'd have Demario Davis and Jamin Sherwood, and then five, you could have your three corners, two safeties. You could go massive corner. Like, man, there's a lot of interesting combinations you could do with that. So that'd be fun. I think they do have the personnel for it.
Definitely, I think we have way more D backs that are capable than linebackers right now. It seems so. It would be a good flow to move
Hmm.
into that, especially since we're trying to stop the pass. We didn't have no interceptions last year, so it would be something for them to think about. Plus, they have so many D back coaches on that defense. I'm surprised they wouldn't be favoring that type of set.
That too, right? Yeah, maybe just in general, they'd prefer to run that more than just a sub package. Maybe they could run that more often. Hey, I had five safeties making the team, so that'd give them a lot more versatility.
Yeah. You think they're gonna run more 12 personnel once once Sadiq comes back with his abdominal issue.
100%. Yeah. Sadiq's going to be involved. Mason Taylor's going to be involved. Jeremy Ruckert's going to be involved. And maybe we're even going to see Jelani Woods looks. We'll see. He's got a lot of potential, but he's been hurt a lot. But yeah, even him, I think we're going to get a ton of jumbo personnel. I think that's going to be Frank Reich's calling card for a lot of the season. That makes a lot of sense to me to maximize the personnel that we have.
I feel with the running backs though that we should try to take a page out of USC's book and try to use Allen in the red zone way more to up his touchdown touches, because that combination of Reggie Bush and White back in the USC's time, that was a good power speed finesse scenario, and I think we have that balance with Hall and Allen together. Especially now that he put on 10 more pounds, it's going to be hard to tackle him, especially low gravity, 5 yards. You get a good little 5-yard clip right there in the red zone every time. You know, I just feel excited for the season. Like, I haven't reached back to you about the tailgate because the 3 forms of payment that you accept, I don't have those.
What do you have?
I have Apple Pay and Cash App. I don't use Zelle.
I'll have to see. I'll have to check with my fiance. She does something with Apple Pay, so I don't know how that works, but email me back because that'll remind me to ask, and we'll see if we could do it another way. So definitely email me back and let me know, and then I'll check with my fiance and see if somehow I can figure out the Apple Pay thing.
Who do you think though might be like making the 53-man roster? That's a surprise, like an undrafted free agent or somebody who came on during camp.
That's a great question.
Who do you think might be the breakout guy to make the roster?
I think if a UDFA is going to make it, I think it's going to happen at linebacker. I think it'll be who am I thinking of? It'll be Demario Davis, Damon Sherwood, who's the other? Francisco Marangoa, and then that fourth guy being a UDFA. I think that's a chance. So there's Jaden Keller, and there's another linebacker, Chase Wilson. Those are the 2 rookie undrafted free agents that have the best shot, I would say. If it's going to happen, it's going to be a 4th linebacker, I think.
All right. I appreciate you. I know it's been a while since I checked in.
Too damn long, man. Yeah.
Nah, I just been busy, man. I told you I coach baseball. I coach baseball on the youth level in my town, and during baseball season, it gets real crazy. Like,
that's natural. But hey, man, I appreciate you catching up. And like I said, we'll see if we can figure out that Apple Pay thing. We'd love to get you at the tailgate, my brother.
All right. I appreciate your time, man. I appreciate, you keep me updated every day. Even if I don't slide in on the show, I watch as many of your podcasts as possible just to stay updated.
You're the best, Knowledge. Appreciate you. And yes, thank you for calling into the show. Not everyone can call into the show. We have whatever it is, 300 viewers right now. 300 people aren't trying to call in right now. So not everyone, listens to the show to call in. Some people call in, some people don't. No worries, but appreciate you. Great to hear from you, Knowledge. And like I said, we'll try to figure it out. Yeah, I try to have all the basic payments, PayPal, Venmo, Zelle. But my fiance does have Apple Pay, but that's like her doing a phone thing on a I don't know, technology. I don't know. I'll try to see if we can help you out, Knowledge. We'd love to get you at the tailgate. We'll see if we can figure that part out. I'll ask my fiance after the show is over. Let's go back to the phone lines. It's C time, baby. What's up, C? How you doing, pal?
Good. How you doing, BJ?
Hey, I'm not doing too bad, man.
I'm not going to give you any diet advice or any.
Okay. All right.
I'm not going to give you any advice. You know the way I look at it. This is the way I look at it.
All right, give it
to
me.
You put on your pants. If they feel like they're getting tight, you have to do something. If you step out of the shower and happen to glimpse yourself in the mirror and say, "Who the fuck is that?" then you got to do something. Or if your wife says, "Get out of bed, you fat fuck," then you got to do something.
Those are 3 flags normally.
Yes, those are 3 flags that I live by those flags.
Those are
flags. Fortunately, I've really never had a serious weight problem. Yeah. And that's just genetics,
Sure, right, of course.
I've always watched. I mean, when I was your age, I used to eat everything under the sun. I mean, it was it was unbelievable the shit I used to eat. Yeah. But anyway, what I was thinking was, I hear more and more about the beach party, and I'm seriously thinking about maybe coming up.
That would be a lot of fun to have you see. Wayne Corbett's going to be there taking pictures with people. It would be a hell of a
That's
time.
the thing. I have that, and I showed this on Jake's show. I got a box of Corbett Crunch cereal
That's awesome.
that I had from when he played.
Yeah.
And I was asking Sabo. He said, "Yeah, I'm going to send Wayne a picture of that. I want to get him to sign it.
Oh, sure.
It's got
Yeah.
it's got a fake signature on it, and I'd love to get him to sign it. But I'd love to meet Wayne Corbett. He just
Yeah.
seems like a real ordinary guy that would get along great with Jet fans.
Yeah, that's what I've heard. I've never met him before, but that's what I've heard. People have said that he's willing to talk to people. He doesn't like big time you or anything. He just gives you the time of day, which is the best thing you could say about a celebrity.
Yeah, and I told Sabo I'd drive to his house if he'd sign it for me. But
Yeah.
then again, Yo Holmes would probably think I'm stalking another guy. But
Nah.
anyway, that's about it. I just, like I said, I keep hearing about the beach party, and I'm getting a little more itchy to go. So maybe I can get there. It'll definitely be definitely the tailgate, but the
Yeah.
beach party sounding pretty good.
All
The
right.
problem is I don't have that many relatives up in New York anymore.
Oh, to just crash with for the
I
yeah.
used to go up there and just crash with cousins or relatives, but they're all gone now. So
Wow.
it's hard. So everything I do, I'd have to stay in a hotel or an Airbnb,
Mhm.
and we'll see what happens. Maybe I can get some money together and see if I can do it.
All right. Well, if you can, we'd love to see you there. See, I'd get to meet you earlier than I thought in the year, man.
Okay, BG, have a good one.
You too, pal. See, there you go. Those are 3 key flags. Do I need to lose weight? My shorts are getting a little tight. You're fat. Get out of the shower, look at yourself in the mirror. Oof, yikes. Or that your significant other says, get your fat ass out of the bed. Either one of those is a key factor. See? Thank you for that. All right, let's get one last call in before we wrap up the show. It's the legendary Ricky New York Live gracing us with his presence again. Ricky New York Live. One more time. Ricky New York Live. Check it out on YouTube. What's up, Ricky?
How you doing this morning, Paul?
Yeah, peachy. Yourself?
I'm here.
That's it. Well, that I can confirm. Yes.
That's about this. This has been probably without question the worst week of my entire life.
That sucks, man.
Everything that could possibly happen pretty much has.
Mm-hmm.
As you know, I just got my daughter all loaded up in the car because she has to have one of her animals put down today.
That's terrible.
The timing of everything is impeccable. But I was going to say, shoot, you need help with your weight loss journey.
Yeah, what's your secret, Ricky?
My job or my soon to be former job, as I'm being laid off as well.
Oh, Jesus, I'm sorry. Man. That sucks.
Well, it's like a corporate thing. It's not just me. It's several people. I just happen to be included in that.
Yeah.
But I at least am there until this month ends, which is only a couple of days that are scheduled. But man, I'll tell you what.
Yeah.
Let me see. This was last night.
Okay.
At 3:30 in the morning, and where this thermostat is, it's on the little AC unit, but there's like an AC vent blowing right at it. I don't know if you can see it.
Let me see.
89. The AC set on 70 is 89 inside our building at 3:30 in the morning.
Oh God, that's disgusting. Well, I guess you're sweating like a pig, so I guess that the weight's just falling off. I guess.
It literally does. Every time summertime gets here, I drop at least 30 pounds working in that place.
Good Lord.
I mean, I was literally sweating until like 5 o'clock in the morning. Like finally about between like 5:30 and 5:45, I was walking and I was like not dripping for the first time. And I was like, oh wow, you know what? It actually has finally cooled down in this building where like it don't feel good, but you can at least stand to be in here. And then I look and the sun's coming up outside. So it's about to start warming back up again. And I'm like, this is unbelievable. But,
well, David Aaron says, and hopefully this is true. Sorry, Ricky. At least hopefully you'll get to live normal hours outside of this graveyard shift. Maybe you could get a normal job that's on cranking you in that way. Hopefully, your next job. I hope.
You know what? I'm actually still shooting for the graveyard shift.
Okay,
I like the graveyard shift.
Okay, if you like it, then hey, that's all that matters, man.
However, I would like a little bit different schedule, like something that's regular. Yeah. Where I could say, hey, Ricky New York Live every Saturday at 8 o'clock or something, you know?
Yes, I understand. Yeah.
Not I'll be on Saturday this week and Thursday next week and Tuesday in between and like and doing that because of my alternating schedule, which God bless, man, like people you know, the subscribers have figured out my schedule and responded quite well. So thank you to that. But yeah, man, I'll tell you what, and just, I mean, you're up north, so it's a little bit different, but dude, just going and doing anything outside for a couple of hours.
That'll do it. Yeah.
You'll take it off. So this time of year, it's weird. Like, you know, Nick Shine was doing his weight loss thing. Bobby Midnight did his. You're doing one now, and like, and here I am, like trying to pack weight back on. You know what's funny is like, I hadn't been eating, you know, for a couple of days when I really was not feeling great,
right?
And started eating again, got my appetite back, and probably eating more than normal because I went for a few days without. But I actually like. Got up yesterday and started getting ready for work, pulled on the jeans like Carl was talking about, but I button them up and I'm like, damn, these actually fit kind of tight. Like I was like, holy shit, you know what? Not long ago, I was just thinking like, you know, even the newer jeans that I bought that are slimmer are feeling loose or had been, but like, I was like, oh, wow. And then last night happened, and I'm like, oh, that ain't gonna last long.
Yeah.
But hey, I got some other lines in the water right now.
Okay.
And you know, one of them I've been anxiously waiting to hear back from, and talking to people yesterday. One lady was like, oh, it took them 2 weeks to get back to me, and another guy was like, yeah, it took them like a week. And I thought about it and I was like, man, it's barely been a week. There was a weekend in there. We had the Juneteenth in there, which I apologize. I seriously did not even know that was a holiday. I didn't even know. No idea.
Yeah. It's a recent addition. Yeah.
Like if you want to call 5 or 6 years recent, like,
yeah.
But dude, to me, like, I don't, what's a holiday? Like that job that I've had, like, dude, I worked every Thanksgiving, every Easter, every Super Bowl for the last 6 years in a row, every single one.
Wow.
Yeah, like literally that place runs 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and at Christmas time they close down for 2 weeks. So I do get Christmas and New Year's, but other than that, I don't even know what a holiday is.
Yeah.
Like I never celebrate them. So, anyhow, real quick.
Yes, sir.
Real quick, Jets points before I hop
Okay.
off of here.
All right.
Dude, Brandon Sorsby, like that whole conversation gets under my skin because, like, prior to the draft, we weren't talking about Brandon Sorsby. It wasn't like we were going, yeah, Simpson and Mendoza and Sorsby. Like, no. Like where did this come from all of a sudden? Like, he wouldn't have been a second rounder if he came out in the draft. Hell, he probably wouldn't have been a third or fourth. You know. Now all of a sudden we'll give up a second rounder for him? Really? No. And I've stated on this show before that the multitude of reasons why I would avoid that. Just no. And the Geno Smith thing, which I listened to your show when it happened, or right after it happened. Well, after the video was posted anyway.
Right,
Maybe not
right.
after it happened, but
yeah.
And I heard you kept saying, like, I'm not going to speculate until we have all the facts. I'm not going to say. Listen, I watched that video. You know, I haven't watched it, but from watching Jake's show, watching other shows, now I've seen it just repeatedly.
Sure. Yeah.
Man, people were just so hung up, like, oh, there's a gun in the sink.
Right.
And it's like, dude, you know what? If I had to guess, I would say that's like one of those replicas. It probably shoots friggin' water and not bullets. That's probably why it's in the sink.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't want to hear, oh no, that's a real. Listen, one time, my bosses where I worked got me and all the guys there like these airsoft guns, but they were like replica AKs. And let me tell you what, they looked real. How real? When the neighbors decided to call the cops on our party that we were having, the cops saw Tim run by with one, and they thought it was pretty real looking. And next thing we know, we had a whole bunch of squad cars and deputies coming into the backyard with guns drawn on us.
Oh, Jesus.
Because they really looked that real. And like, even the cops were amazed. The cops were like, holy shit, the detail on this thing is friggin' insane.
Yeah.
You know, it just, you know, from the wood grain on that, like everything, like he was like this, and needless, they were cool. But what I'm saying is that's probably it. The other thing is if her story was true,
right,
and he was doing the things that he was accused of doing, he's smart enough not to do it on the phone, I suppose. But the way that his attitude, the way he's like, you know what, and he, by the way, he called the police.
Yes.
And you hear him on the video say, you know what, call him, go ahead, call the police. Like he has the demeanor of a guy who ain't done shit wrong. Meanwhile, she's like charging up, aggressive in his face, like you know, bro, listen, when couples fight, that shit can get nasty. And let me tell you what, like even a couple that's been together for a long time, you get mad at each other and you got ammo that nobody else does because you know that person better than anyone. So you know that sometimes they can really hit you where it hurts. And from what I saw her doing her best to provoke him and him not taking the bait. And yeah, I'm not flat out declaring him innocent because I don't know all the details of it, but
right,
just from what I could gather from what I watched, Gino, if you're out there, if you're listening, she's toxic, bro. Put some distance between you and her. I would put that in that rear view mirror. And – I guess that's tough because they got a kid together, but like,
That's
it
also
don't look like
true.
a healthy relationship.
Yeah, I mean, Yohom said this: the cops were just there, and they were sitting 3 feet away from the gun when they were interviewing him, according to her video. If the gun was an issue, we already would have known. I agree with that as well. I'm not a gun expert, so I don't know. Laws are different in every state. I've heard other people say I don't own a gun, but they said they clean guns in the sink all the time. I've heard other people say they said that's how they have to break down the gun in several pieces and break it down. So again, I don't know, but that's what I've heard other people say. So, again, if it was an issue, I do agree with Holmes that we would have heard about it already. So,
Yeah, that's absolutely true. And dude, it was awesome in Jake's chat yesterday because so many people in there were like, "Oh, but it doesn't matter because he's in Florida. In Florida, you can carry a gun to church with you on Sunday." Like, boy, people were just throwing out all this shit. Like, you don't need a license. You can wear it on your hip at the grocery store. And dude, guess what? I live in Florida my whole friggin' life. People need to study up on Florida gun laws. They are very relaxed here compared to other places, but they ain't that relaxed. It was really amusing though.
Yeah, a lot of activity was going on in there. I did see some of that action. I did.
Right on. Well, dude, I am gonna go. I need to try to collect myself. I got to go back into the furnace tonight, unfortunately, for another 12 hours. But God bless, man. Everybody out there, hang in there. Good times are coming. This is going to be a whole different kind of animal this year. And Aaron Glenn's going to prove all the doubters wrong. He's going to show why he is the guy for the job. And we are going to have a respectable, competitive football team. The defense is going to be strong. We already know the special team is going to be stellar. But guess what? We're going to have an offense loaded with weapons. We're going to score some points, boys and girls, and we're going to win some games.
Yes.
And guess what? As we're winning games and kicking ass and taking names and bringing back that late 90s, early 2000s feeling of winning Jets football.
Yes.
Boy Green, Paul Esden Jr., and myself, Ricky New York Live, will be here with you guys through it the whole way. So, if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel, hit that like button, and everybody have a great day.
Appreciate it. There he is. Ricky New York Live, one of my favorites. Again, subscribe to his YouTube channel, Ricky New York Live, as he continues to kill it. Well, that'll do it. I can't believe we had a 2.5-hour episode on June 23rd, but here we are. I got some other interviews to do. Thank you to the surge of callers. It was a lot of fun. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in. Hopefully, you guys enjoyed the 53-man roster prediction piece. Feel free to share all your agreements or disagreements in the comments section. Feel free to check out the column for heavy.com. That's another way to support me, by the way, is reading my articles on Heavy on Jets. I normally post 2 articles every day, at least, if not more. And I'll be getting even more into the grind of getting more articles out. So hopefully you guys can check all of those out. Well, like the video on the way out, everybody. We have 300 people in the room. Appreciate that. Also, hit that subscribe button as well. Appreciate you guys, and we will